Yo, what is up, my gamers in Christ? How are we doing today? Oh, my face is blocked by my face. That's not good. Let me turn that off. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Today's the date of March 21st of 2026. Hope everybody's doing well. It's time. You already know it's time, ladies and gentlemen. If you support Donald Trump, feel free to call in and tell me why I'm wrong. I believe that Democrats are the only way this country can move forward. And unfortunately, a large majority of the population doesn't. So I am here to debate. I am here to disagree and have good conversation. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. I won't lie. I had to do some yard work today. But it was good to get outside and get some sun and do some gardening. I'm a big gardening fan, believe it or not. Huge fan of gardening. Anyways, we will be hopefully having some good conversations here today. You never know though, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it really depends on how MAGA is feeling today. Something tells me they're going to be rather fervent, though. They're going to be rather fervent. I apologize. Hopefully that's not getting rid of too much of the light for you guys. I enjoy having an open window so I can hear the birds chirping. Come on, who doesn't like hearing the birds chirp? I'm a big bird chirping fan. Anyways, if you guys disagree with the prompt or disagree with anything I say today, feel free to call in. I don't know why I put a question mark there, but we did, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys are new here, I do 2 shows every day. One in the morning where I talk at 10 a.m. CST where I talk about news, politics, and stuff like that. And then one in the evening where I come on here and debate anybody who disagrees with the prompt or really any MAGA or Republicans. I am a through and through liberal. I think the progressive liberal values that we all live with have drastically reduced the poverty in the world and leads to a better society. Hey, what's up, Stan? Good to see you. But yeah, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are 2 subscribers away from, looks like we're getting a call right now. One moment.
Call from
the Dovahkiin.
The Dovahkiin. All right.
to send a
You know what? I said we gotta be quick here, man. But I'll talk to you for a little bit. Hey, what's up, Dovahkiin? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm just chilling with the boys, Tullius and Leggett Ricky. We're marching on.
Hell yeah.
We're marching against the Stormcloaks right now. We're gonna put
Damn
down
right.
those insurgents. Oh shit! I see something in the trees. Tullius,
Oh.
what the fuck?
Good luck.
Oh.
Good luck.
Shit! We're being
It
ambushed.
might be a dark elf. Might be a dark elf ambush.
We're being ambushed. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'll let him deal with that. Good luck, Dovahkiin. I don't want you to lose anything like that. So, what is my opinion on Israel? Well, I believe that Israel has taken a bit of an advantage of our alliance. But, I think that they have very obviously taken advantage of our alliance and have kind of dragged us into a war. But besides that, I don't have, I don't think they're behind a global conspiracy. Hey, what's up, Bill? Good to see you. You just missed a call from the champion of Cyrodiil. He unfortunately got ambushed, so I don't think he'll be joining us for right now. But I wish him luck on the ambush. Teach those Stormcloak rebels who really owns Skyrim. It's the Empire. Okay? It's the Empire, man. And I'm sorry, I know that's, yeah, the Dovahkiin will live. I'm sure he'll be fine. For sure. Me too. I've got good confidence in their strength. Let me turn down the music. Sorry about that, guys. Fortunately, I didn't quite hear the calling, so I'll have to be extra cognizant of that. But if you guys are enjoying the stream and you just came on, don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely send the Kalinda link. That's where I'm at right now. Our Discord is not quite ready. Hey, what's up, Cuckoo? How you doing? Thank you guys so much. We're up to, let me see what likes we're at right now. We are currently at 2 likes. Thank you guys so much. That is a huge honor. Now 3. They're gaining every day, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, 4? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do if it hits 5? It may be over. It'll be over. I think I have to end the show. I'm kidding. Good afternoon. It's been 3 days. Hey, congratulations, Kayla. I'm super proud of you, gang. Anyways, we are looking for people that did. Oh, we hit 5 likes. It's over. Our like goal is 20 for the day. I think that's a good goal to have. But if you guys are new to the channel, if you disagree, feel free to call in. I'm a pretty open individual. Hey, what's up? I love potatoes, little potato. Shout out. I saw you at Community Day. Thanks for popping in and saying what's up. Bunch of midwits trying to be left's Joe Rogan. Well, I am gonna be the left's Joe Rogan. What are you talking about? My mom believes in me. I am going to be the left's Joe Rogan. What are you talking about, Eric? I'm bald. What else do you need to be Joe Rogan? I'm bald and I'm good at speaking. We love you, Trump. I don't know about that one, man. I don't think most of Americans love Trump right now. I think most Americans have seen through the absolute lies and just straight up bullshit that Donald Trump serves on a daily basis. And they're sick of it. And I don't blame them. Because when you lie to people so frequently, they're going to get sick of it at some point. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. As Donald Trump loses massive waves of support over this Iranian war. You didn't think that was LOL worthy? Trump for the win! That could be Tim Pool. Tim Pool? You mean the clone of me, Tim Pond. Yes, Tim Pond, or the clone of me. I'm Tim Pond. Anyways, kind of failed that joke, but that's alright. That's alright. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we don't. You've a soft and cries a lot look. Well, I'm hard as nails, man. You can't really get to me. Unfortunately, I am, I'm like rubber. You're like glue. Anything you say about me sticks to you. Fire. Yeah, that's what we call the classic. You're Tim Puddle? No, I disagree. I'm Tim Pond, my friend. This guy's a liar and he knows it! Divine, you come in here so frequently that I do think you're kind of obsessed with my channel. And I appreciate that, but I just want to make sure it's you're healthy. Yeah, I know, you told me. Congratulations, Kayla. I'm super happy to hear about that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if any of you disagree with what I have to say, I know it's difficult to function, to operate a phone, but we're asking you to. We're begging you to.
Call from
The Dovahkiin.
All right.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
We'll just see how he's done. You survived the attack, man?
Yeah, I survived the ambush. We're all good, and we'll be marching against Winterhold, and I'll have some juniper berry mead. Thanks, and you just have a great stream going. We may disagree politically, but keep doing what you do, and have a great day. I'll call you back when we're at Winterhold Skates. Thanks.
All right. Good luck, soldier. Good to know that the Imperial Army is marching on Winterhold. It's about time, too. I sounds like a femboy, seriously. I sound like a femboy? You must not watch a lot of femboy videos. CNN said that poll. Well, I don't know how CNN can say a poll. They can provide data on a poll, but I don't think you can say a poll. But what do I know? Enlighten me, MAGA. If you disagree, feel free to call in. I know I'm going to get a lot of disagreements with my Imperial take, but the Fallout New Vegas donation goal is by far enough, so if we hit that goal at some point, we will do we can do a Skyrim debate even. You know what I mean? We can do a Skyrim debate. I'm down. I'm open for that. Diddycrats? I don't think that's quite right. I mean, you guys were the ones blocking the Epstein files from being released for so long, and we still don't know if they've released the full 3 million and a half documents that have been under wraps since the inception. Gas prices are cheaper in West Texas. Oh, they're cheaper? How much cheaper? Anyways, guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys really want to support what I do here, you can donate to my Ko-Fi. Let me send the link to that in chat. I do 2 streams every day, one in the morning and one in the evening. The morning one is more about gaming and doing news and politics, and the evening one is much more about debates and stuff like that. How long have I been gay? Well, ever since your father sucked my wiener. So you'll have to ask him on that one, friend. No, Democrats are going to absolutely smash you guys in the midterms, and it's not even close. I mean, it's bad when we've won almost every single special election besides the most recent one. I think that's sad, man. And we almost won the most recent one. That's not good. You guys are failing. That was hilarious gay comment. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Walter is not gay? I don't know, man. Oh, wait, hold on. Dow is still below 46. Add it back. All right, we can do that. Anyways, if anybody disagrees with what I have to say and you're not absolutely terrified at getting demolished intellectually, feel free to call in. Feel free to call in. Republicans are our words. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard to defend Donald Trump right now. Your comeback was hilarious. Oh yeah, I got you, BB. Hell yeah. I really, B8, my bad. I appreciate it. I do. But I think it's pretty sad that all MAGA can talk about right now is their obsession with trans individuals. That seems to be their number one go-to. And I'll be honest, I did not think I needed to add the Dow is under 46K, but it is, and I think that's sad. 46K? Those aren't good signs, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Look at these Diddycrats. Whoa. Stay is my husband, and I have docket. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think they were talking about your, husband, Walter. I think they were just talking about someone else in general, Kayla. But for real, I mean, it's sad. We got a lot of keyboard warriors, but nobody to Nobody to defend Donald Trump's actions. I love to see leftists losing it. Thank you and the rest of your leftist debaters for being here. Well, Brick, I mean, I gotta be honest, you kind of seem like a beta. You got a lot to say, but not really much to talk. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. Diddy Crat. I don't know. I've heard that one before. Grand Old Party of PDF Files is my favorite. That's what the GOPP is. Grand Old Party of Pedophile Protectors. You could be the GO-triple-P out here, MAGA. Why aren't you trying harder? Anyways, if you guys are just coming onto the stream, I do 2 shows every day. One in the morning where I talk about news and politics, and one in the evening where I debate people who disagree with the prompt. Unfortunately, it does seem like we're not getting much intelligent life out here today, and that's what we hope for. We hope for some intelligent life, but if we're not able to find it, it's all right. I enjoy talking to the chat. Are you winning? Are you tired of winning yet? No, we're gonna be winning up until, well, probably 2028 with the way things are going. This war is not popular, ladies and gentlemen. Not even amongst Trump's own supporters. Listen, Paul, I'm just gonna be honest. Can you please not put your sexual proclivities into my chat? I think it's weird. Oh, hold on. Was somebody being mean? Okay. Well, that's all right. Orange chode chokers. Amen. That's what they are, dude. Amen. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you disagree, feel free to call in. Paul Gay. I think Paul might be... He's just not being honest with himself, and I just wish he would be honest with himself, because it would make everybody feel more comfortable. But unfortunately, he has a real difficulty being honest with himself, so we gotta deal with this. But that's alright, that's alright. Anyways, I noticed we do have a lot of keyboard warriors in the chat today, but nobody really feeling like calling in. I'm watching YouTube Shorts and don't get alerts. Do you have a main YouTube channel? Yeah, so I am streaming from my main YouTube channel. If you guys aren't getting alerts, try pressing the bell button and putting it to every time I go live. Unfortunately, YouTube Shorts does have a problem where it doesn't let people know that I'm live, but I really appreciate the support. Shout out, Chris. Tell us what a woman is. Anybody who displays feminine characteristics and identifies as a woman. I don't think that's that hard. You need to upgrade your vape. Shit's trash. You gotta get... Oh, Lost Mary? Bro, Lost Mary's trash. I'm sorry to say. Lost Mary is, it's only popular. If you want really good vapes, I would recommend, the Rev 6s, but I'm trying not to vape as much. You having fun, Paul? Are you having fun? Being mean to me, that's why. Oh yeah, I understand. Don't you worry, Kayla. I got you. I'm gonna be sorry. You need to get back to health class. I've already went through health class, my friend. Was his wife a dark elf, or was that Remen Cyrodiili? That's a great question. $18 for new 2-pack of pods. Oh, I don't use... You think I use Vuse? Luke, I already answered your question, man. I think it's just incredibly sad that since I answered it in a succinct way, you have to soy out now. That's not how this has to work, man. You can just say, yeah, Okay, and move on to the next point, but obsessing over one question is just incredibly sad. Oh, we got our favorite Russian bot, Spudnik. What's up? I already answered it, Luke. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry that you don't have the ability to rewind the stream. Am I stupid? No, I'm very smart. My mom said I'm one of the smartest people in the world. Peace is found in Jesus Christ. Well, if you're religious, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I use a couple teachings from the Bible to guide my daily life. I am not a Christian, though. Don't believe in that. But if you do, I have no problem with it. See, like, Paul, this is what I'm talking about. Why are you asking, like, sexual-based questions? Do you have repressed sexual desires that you need to tell the class? Well, Dwayne, I'm sorry, but you seem like the biggest beta boy of them all because you can't even understand how to dial in somebody's phone number. Oh, wait, was Dwayne on my... Wait, was Dwayne on my side? No! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! No, man, this is YouTube and you got a little channel. No, my friend, my channel is huge. What are you talking about? I know, you're on my team. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Friendly fire! Friendly fire! Somebody get a medic to Dwayne right now! Go, go, go! Don't worry, Dwayne. We're gonna treat you right, buddy. What a moron. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't pay attention to you and Dwayne's conversation. How did I confuse Dwayne for an enemy? Well, the chat's going quick, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. No, what I think about what's going in Gaza is very nuanced and would take a long explanation. So, anyways, I do see a lot of keyboard warriors in the chat. Luke, if you want me to answer Dwayne's I will answer his question for him because I did accidentally shoot a bullet at him. A woman is anybody who displays themselves as being feminine and describes themselves as a woman. Didn't realize it was this hard. Yeah, he didn't add him though, Bill. I thought... Anyways. That's okay. Sometimes we can't, sometimes we gotta spray fire. I'm an enemy. That eyebrow piercing is gay. Just kidding. Hell yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, if you guys are just joining the stream and you want to help support the channel, like and subscribe. It really does get me out in the algorithm and get me in front of new people. Say my least popular take. We pulled out of Afghanistan too early. You could just replace the word woman with effeminate qualities, man. I'm sorry that I wanted for the sake of brevity. One moment, seems we have a call coming in.
The Dovahkiin.
Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Now, unfortunately, my mana is a little low right now, man. So this may be the last the last link we have. But what's going on in Skyrim right now, brother?
Not much. I was just wondering, before we march on the Stormcloaks for the final time, I just want you to hear some music the Legion kind of cooked up. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, bet.
You guys got a party going on there. Hell yeah. Ulfric's going down.
Was the music good?
Music's fire, man. Keep it up, and I bet you'll be in the whoever wrote that, cooked that up. I bet they'll be in the arena no time. You know what I'm saying? They'll be all over the arena. Tamriel.
I, I'll see you. I got you. I got you. So yeah, call you some other day, couple days.
Bet,
Yeah,
bet.
bye.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, brother. All right, that's a call from our Dovahkiin, half dragon. Shout out. We appreciate him. Glad to know Skyrim's finally being liberated. You know, the Stormcloaks really did mess that region up, and I can't believe that they still have support. You gotta go because you have a life? No, that's not true. Oh shit, we hit 501 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That's huge. Oh my gosh, that is huge. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. That means I'm gonna be able to unlock members only content, allow tiers and subscriptions, stuff like that. Thank you guys. That is huge. I feel like I should have some streamers or something, but I don't have much. But yeah, Luke definitely ran. Make Kamala? I don't think I have to make Kamala anything. She was already everything we needed. Sober again? That would require, if I don't understand why you're complaining about sobriety when Donald Trump is chewing those 5 mgs.
Call from
Johnny.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey Johnny, how are you doing today, man?
Doing good, sir.
So, do you disagree with the prompt?
Actually, I don't. Am I only allowed to be on here if I don't agree? Or I do agree? Or
What I do is I save the friendly calls for the last final hour, and that'll be in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. But if you wanted to say something,
but I'm not,
real quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm friendly. I totally disagree with it. I would hope the Republicans win.
Really? So why's that?
Well, I mean, I don't agree with Democratic policy. I don't agree with y'all's point of view. I would honestly say the only thing I do agree with is I think after like ICE and Iran that the Republicans are going to lose the House probably. I do think so.
So when you say
But
you
that doesn't mean I
disagree,
agree with it.
yeah, when you say you disagree with Democratic policy, what's a policy that you disagree with? Our platform right now is lowering the price of healthcare and affordability. Those seem pretty universally good, in my opinion.
I feel like the Democratic policy, how it sounds, is not the problem. It's the way to get it done. Like they'll say we want health care for all, but it's going to increase high taxation on everybody. Or they'll say we want to do some kind of aid for people's social welfare, but then people abuse it. It's just that type of stuff, I mean.
Well, unfortunately, things are, systems that are implemented are going to be abused. That's why we have the IRS. But unfortunately, Donald Trump cut that. But what I would say is that, so it's how we do the policy. It's not necessarily the policy itself. It's how we implement it.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all could find a way that wouldn't hurt anybody and we could have universal health care, I don't see why I would morally be against it. It's just
Well,
the ways I've heard end up with putting us out the wazoo and going
yeah.
tax and all that.
So I'm personally not for universal health care, at least not right now. I don't think our country's ready for it. What I'm for and what the Democrats support is a public option. And so we would incentivize more competitiveness and lower prices by having that public option available. And I think there's a compelling argument to be made that if a public option was implemented, it would lower the cost of health care. You may see, I don't even know if you'd need an increase in taxes necessarily for it, but you may see like a bit of an increase in taxes, but you would see lower healthcare costs, people not afraid that they're not going to be able to pay for a surgery. And so, I understand the fear of, we're going to implement universal health care and everybody's going to have to pay 20% more taxes. That's not what I'm for right now. And neither is the Democrat. Most of the Democratic
Hmm.
Party supports a public option.
Yeah, interesting. I would just have to see how that would be implemented. Would it be in a way that's fair? Because I'm a middle class person, and a lot of times we get screwed because the poorer end of people, they get every government assistance, and the richer people, they could afford it, but we end up having to pay for the duration of all of the assistances. That
Yeah.
might not make sense. I don't know if you understand
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
get, yeah, the middle class has
Yeah.
been absolutely railed for a while. And so that's definitely chief amongst one of our concerns is that it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't, it doesn't show a low social standing if you're on a public option, for example. Like I would hope, we would be very uh, caring with how we did that. But that's just one policy, for example, that I think would really benefit. And I think the Democrats, well, I don't think that's what the Democrats are for. Another big thing is affordability. And Kamala herself had a plan that would prevent companies from gouging prices. So right now, companies can essentially charge more for products without paying a penalty. Even though that's not the base market price, they're overcharging. And Kamala would have had a bill that prevented that. And so we would see grocery prices come tumbling down instead of what we see now.
Mm, not a bad point. I am listening to what you're saying. Let me think of what else I was going to ask. And I guess the thing that does scare me is a lot of the polar opposite views. So it's like, for example, with ICE, one side will be like, okay, we got to completely just sweep everybody and knock on every door, and the other side's like, oh, abolish and completely get rid of it. So I'm like, I don't like where it'll be like, let's just completely get rid of this organization. Let's completely defund police. Let's just let anybody get an abortion up to 9 months. A lot of the policies on the other side scare me, or beliefs, maybe not just policies, beliefs, like moral beliefs.
Yeah. So a lot of oh, sorry, I dropped something. A lot of our Democratic Party leaders don't support abolishing ICE. What they support right now, in terms of the current shutdown, is funding the other agencies in DHS and seeing how ICE can be restrained. Kind of how they did it during not even restrained, but just bring it back to how they did it under Biden or Obama's administration, even. I don't think most Democratic leaders are for abolishing ICE because we understand that it serves a function. I'm not for abolishing ICE. There was a time where I was a little, concerned when my fellow citizens were being shot, but I understand it serves a function.
Hmm, interesting. And then what do you feel about like the other things that I said, like what is your view and your party view on, let's say, like what did I just say, like the abortion issue or something like that, or like
Yeah.
even for children where they're starting to be more open to, like, they call it gender affirming care, but I do call it partaking in changing things that I don't believe should be even altered at that age.
Yeah, so let's start with the abortion issue. My goal with abortion is to have zero abortions. I want people to feel like they can have a child in this country and be able to raise them. In a perfect world, there would be zero abortions. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. So, the policy that I support is generally, I think it should be up to about the 3 months or about 4 months of time in which you can have an abortion. But I understand that there are extenuating circumstances some of the times. So, for example, if the mother's life is about to be lost, if she has the baby, stuff like that, I leave it up to the doctor. And I feel like that's just the general position in the Democratic Party. In terms
Mm,
of the trans issue, I believe in if a person has been displaying this gender for a while, I don't support surgeries until you're 18, personally. Now, I know there are some other people that disagree with that, but that's why we have a big tent party, is because we can discuss these ideas and have disagreements and come to a common understanding, you know? I think the best policy right now, because people are, I see where the American people are at, you know, is to just limit surgeries until you're 18, unless it is they're gonna kill themselves the day of, and then allowing reversible gender hormones at the age of 16. Now, I know that's not, like, scientifically it needs to be, they say it needs to be applied a lot earlier, but I know the American public isn't there right now, and it's going to take time to kind of understand what being trans is. So that's the policy I support. I don't support fucking transing someone at the age of 8. You know what I mean? I think they have to
Yeah,
be
and
showing that they've felt this way for a really long time.
it does worry me because I've talked to people. I love going on YouTube and just dialing into y'all's numbers, but I've talked to people that are fine with that. That are like the earlier, the more likely to save them, or even up to 9 months or whatever. But I I do see one thing, and before I let you go, I got two comments. I won't hold you much longer. The first thing is I see that you guys are making a lot of effort and y'all are studying a lot, and that's very interesting because I've only called in to two Republican phone numbers, like on YouTube Live. One was a complete and utter idiot. I was like, great, we're not going to get anybody on our side like that. Like, literally a complete and utter idiot. Like, I asked him one question, he couldn't answer it. And then another guy that I like pretty much, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but you guys are researching, and I do find that interesting. And I do pay attention. I prefer to chase truth rather than a party.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
and then the second thing I was going to say is I see that you guys do work on the institution a lot. Like, we like to run away as conservatives. We like to be like, okay, well, we're going to give up the halftime, or we're going to give up doctors, or we're going to give up the churches. And that's what I don't see us doing. And I see y'all doing it. So I think when it comes to the poll booths, I think y'all are going to win the midterms, whether I agree with it or not. But I found your channel. I found you very professional. So I appreciate talking with you. Maybe one day I'll hop on again.
Hey, thanks, brother. You seem like a cool guy yourself, so I appreciate that, man.
Have a good one.
Yep, you too. Yeah, that I mean, people like that are kind of why I do this live. Not everybody's super informed about our position. Not to say that he's like dumb or anything. That guy seemed super smart. It's just the fact that not, you know, the media, the current media wave just doesn't really represent our views very well. Yes, I do admit that some in our party have said abolish ICE, but that is not our leadership, my friend. Our leadership is much more, you know, if we took everything, everybody on the right said, you know, if we took that would be absolutely insane. No, we look at what the leaders are saying, what our leaders are saying, and our leaders are saying, look, we don't want to get rid of ICE. We want sensible restrictions, you know, mask off, cameras on. And I think it's especially scummy when they have essentially tried to not fund DHS, the Republicans, because the Democrats have brought forward many bills that have funded ICE, and so, or not funded ICE, funded the other DHS programs. So I think it really is just the Republicans don't want to play ball right now. And I think that sucks for our country because it means we're going to be more divisive and we're not going to solve the problems that we need to. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We got about 36 viewers. Thank you guys so much. That means the world to me. If you guys want to support the channel, I do have a Ko-Fi link, although no pressure. No pressure at all. What is this that I just copy and pasted? Oops. Let me go get my Ko-Fi link for you guys. But in any case, you absolute morons still think that both sides are corrupt and play the same game. No, it's very obvious that the Republicans are not nearly as good of an option as Democrats. If you meant the opposite, then I think that's completely antithetical to our entire system of democracy. Sputnik, I'm sorry to say, man, but I think is the Russian programming not working well? What's going on, man? Because I don't believe in banning people, but you and me both know Northam's comments were about stillbirth. Oh, okay. What's up, Salome? How are you doing? Solomon, not Salome. What's up, Solomon? How are you doing today? Fuck Donald Trump. Couldn't agree with you more, man. Could not agree with you more. Let me see how many subs we're at real quick. By the way, we just hit 500 subs. Thank you guys so much. That is huge. We're at 503 subs right now. Thank you guys. That is absolutely fantastic. Get my head tested? Well, my head has been tested and it is unfortunately bald. He's gonna rig the midterms just like the election? No, the midterms are gonna be too big to rig. They're incredibly decentralized. They have no shot. Let me answer this phone call.
Call from.
Clement.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, what's up, Clement? How are you doing today, man?
Swell. How are you?
That's good to hear. I'm doing well. So, do you disagree with the prompt?
I do. I don't think Dems are going to win the midterms.
All right. What are your reasonings? We've been winning every special election except one. So, I think that's a pretty decent sign. But why do you disagree?
On the basis that Israel helped get Donald Trump elected, and so long as Trump continues to do their bidding, they are not going to let Trump fail.
So, you seem to have this a bit of Israeli exceptionalism, my friend. Israel is a small country. They don't own us. They did goad us into a war, which I'm very upset about, but they don't own us, man.
Okay, have we always had free and fair elections?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that Russian propaganda was sufficient to sway a number of voters to help Trump in 2016?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
They definitely
perfect.
interfered, but
Okay.
yeah, they interfered. I'll give you
Okay.
that much.
Okay. In 2024, I would say the same thing, except switch Russia for Israel.
Well, here's the thing. Like, Israel, he ran on being Israel's best friend, man. Like, this isn't anything
That's right.
new.
I agree.
Okay, so, I mean, why don't you think the Democrats are going to win, though? Do you think he's just going to steal the election?
I think the Democrats are going to lose. I think the Democrats are going to lose on the basis that this war front that Trump wants to maintain is to Israel's benefit, and they will pull out all of the stops to make sure that it continues, and that this coalition regime change idea that is in the Conservative Party at the moment, this pro-Israel regime change coalition idea, is a train that is going to continue moving forward so long as conservatives hold power.
Well, that's just the thing, though. How will they influence? I'm not seeing how we're not going to win the elections, because everything you've just said makes it seem as though the Democrats would be the far more popular choice. If people don't like foreign interference in our election.
Okay, well, let's go back to 2016 again. I asked you if you thought that Russian propaganda was sufficient to sway enough people to vote for Trump to matter in some way.
Yeah, but
we
Russia's
could just talk about the
propaganda
swing
is
states.
effective. Israel's
Israeli propaganda is
what are you
extremely
talking
effective.
about? No, it's not. You have almost all of the left. Hold on. Let me just explain to you
buddy.
why that is so preposterous.
Sure.
So you have almost the entirety of left being against the Israel, and now you have people on the right being against Israel. How is
Young
their
people.
propaganda effective? Yes,
young
yes. Oh,
right
it has
people.
been, yeah,
Yes,
but it's been a
young right people
position.
only.
All right. Yeah.
His entire administration is pro-Israel, and boomers are not. Boomers are
His
going to
entire
continue to vote for
administration?
Trump until they're dead.
I
So
don't think that's true. His entire administration wasn't with him. You just saw Joe Kent leave because of how anti-Semitic he was.
up until very recently, he was pro-war with Iran. Up until very recently.
Well, it seems like that changed pretty. I think he was the mole, personally. I think he was the person that, if you remember, there was a memo about Tulsi Gabbard having a spy in her ranks, and I think that was him,
Yeah.
to be quite honest.
Well,
But
this may be an impasse that we never get past. I don't understand how you don't see it at this point, that the motivations behind the Iran conflict and regime change in the Middle East, at least for the past 40 years, has been on Israel's behalf. And that if the conservatives are going to continue to push that train forward, Israel is going to do its best to make sure that that administration and this entire conservative party stays as together as possible. The bifurcation of young people was an unforeseen consequence. It was not intentional.
well, I understand that, but how are they going to control our, is it just through that propaganda campaign? Because they are failing on that front. I don't know
Well, there's
how
a lot
many
more than
people come
propaganda.
in and say that they hate Israel, man. I don't think
I
it's
don't think
working. I don't think it's going to work. If there is a Israeli propaganda mission, which, Joe Kent said there was, I don't think it's working. Most people hate Israel right now.
Well, no, it's left, like you said, it's the left, and it's young independents and young right-wing voters. But they're the most disaffected. They're the most disenfranchised. They don't even vote.
Well, that's why you got to go out and vote. Like
Okay,
there's
right,
not
but do you
much I can
understand what I'm
solve.
saying? That among the people who do vote, among all of the people who do vote, which does not include the youth, including the youthful conservatives, who are very disenfranchised into not voting anymore, among the people who vote, the percentage is still going to be maintained that is necessary for Trump to win the midterms. If he needs
not at all,
51%,
man.
fine. Okay. Well,
I don't see what you're just saying because Israel's going to influence us. That's the reason. But I don't see what the mechanisms behind that reasoning is. You're just saying that they're using propaganda. Yeah, welcome to the 21st century. Unfortunately, Iran uses bots and propaganda to influence our politics. So does Russia, China.
Sure.
They do
Yeah,
that.
I agree with you. Yeah.
They do, and we need legislation that will regulate that, and that's only coming
Everyone's
from the
fighting for a slice
Democrats.
I agree with you that everyone's fighting for the biggest slice of the pie, but what matters here is that Trump's administration is willing to do whatever it takes to maintain this front in Iran and to start building this NATO coalition in order to justify his presence there. And it is entirely on behalf of Israel, and they will pull out all of the stops. Their donors, money is what wins elections.
No,
And
I disagree.
the money is
not what
flowing
wins
in.
elections.
The money is flowing in. The media is flowing in. The last few
You
weeks have
see
been
the
nothing but
you think
Twitter.
the media has been kind to Donald Trump about this war? Even his own
believe
Fox
Israel
News
has. I
hosts
believe
have
Israel
been kind
has.
of upset with him.
Yeah, sure. But what we're talking about is the percentage necessary of the people who are guaranteed to vote, not these disenfranchised people like the youth that are not necessarily going to vote.
Well, I can't give you any data on that, but what I can say is my mom votes and she doesn't fucking like Israel. So I don't know, she is Democratic though. So there's no real data that I can point to
But then she
back
wouldn't
that
be in the
up.
demographic that we're talking about, because I'm trying to talk about the conservatives who are
Yeah,
still
but you're
on
talking
board
about
with Trump's
such a
plan.
small. Yeah, you're talking about conservatives, but you're not folding in Democrats, independents. You're just focusing on conservatives who
Older
are
independents,
disenfranchised, but they don't represent a large majority of
older
the
independents are still
electorate
pro-Israel.
anymore.
Older independents are still pro-Israel.
Where are you? Who? What? Excuse me? Who? What independent is pro-Israel?
I've seen the aggregate polling that I have seen suggests that it is mostly among youth independents and youth conservatives that are against Israel at this point.
I think there's a lot. Well, I think the Democratic Party as a whole is, but yes, I won't deny that there is a subsect of the Conservative Party that is extremely pro-Israel, but I don't think that's gonna really matter come midterms. I think people are going to be voting based on other things. And you say, well, there could be this propaganda campaign. Well,
And money.
yeah,
Don't forget
there could be
donations.
propaganda and
wins
money.
elections.
Money does not win elections. No,
Oh,
my
yes,
friend.
it does,
Positive
buddy.
public
Yes, it does.
opinion
Come
wins
on,
elections.
don't play this. Don't play this.
I
Come
don't
on.
think money wins
elections.
elections. I think you're going to see that in these midterms.
Okay, it's
The
the amount
Republicans
of
are
money and how it is
far
spent
more
is what
funded
wins
than the
elections.
Democrats. By far and away more funded than the Democrats, and they've been losing.
The amount of money and how it is spent is how you win elections. The amount and the strategy is how with money is how you win elections. Which is why a
Yes.
lot of people predicted that Hillary would win in 2016 because she outspent Trump. But the entire
And
point
you
is
just,
that her use
oh,
of money
bro,
was
you
not
shouldn't have brought
efficient.
that up. You don't see how that's a huge conflict of interest in your
What?
argument? If somebody, you're saying if somebody spends a lot of money, they'll win, but
Well, no, it was
Hillary
a twofold.
spent
the
more
argument
and she
is
lost.
The argument is twofold. It's the amount of money and how it is spent. I
How
brought
it
up
is
Hillary
spent.
specifically because yes, she did outspend Trump by a significant amount. But the problem is that she didn't spend it in the states that she needed to. She spent it in Democrat majority states. She was already guaranteed to win. She didn't spend it in swing states. And
I think Kamala won not because of money, man.
No, I'm talking about
oh, my
Hillary.
bad, Hillary. I
Yeah,
apologize. I think Hillary lost because people aren't cool with a female president right now. I don't think it's
Well-
because of
what
Donald Trump or how much money she spent. It's because
What
she
would be
was
a
a
problem
woman,
with that?
unfortunately.
Right, but what would be a problem with that?
What would be a problem? What do you mean?
Like
Most
if-
Americans
if-
just
if-
aren't comfortable with a female president right now, and I disagree with them and heavily, but that's where America's at right now, man.
Well, that's democracy, isn't it?
Yes.
You get
And
what
that's
you get.
why I said I have a problem with it, but
Okay.
that's
okay.
how the election
Anyway,
went.
we may be at an impasse about Israel, but what I don't understand is your willingness to accept the arguments that you were fed in 2016 that Russian propaganda was sufficient to at least guide, maybe not
Because Russian
completely
propaganda,
swing the
hold on,
election.
I know the point you're making. Russian propaganda is far more effective than Israeli propaganda.
How much money? Okay, that. It's fine that you believe that, but it doesn't have.
I don't have to, it's not a belief, it's a fact, my friend. Tim
Israel has
Pool,
been the
one of the
spearhead-
biggest
Israel has been
right-wing
the spearhead.
conservative commentators, was being paid millions by Russia. Israel's not doing that.
Yes,
Like
they
who
are.
on
Israel
it? Okay,
has been
point to
spearheading
the super.
American
Please
conservative
point
movement
to
for the
me.
last 40 years.
Please point to
at
me
least.
the extremely prominent conservative influencer that is openly supportive of Israel, and I'll hand you 5 more that hate Israel. Come on, man, you're not living in reality.
Among conservatives, or you can hand me
Yes.
5 that don't support Israel among Democrats, because that's not what we're talking about.
No, I'll hand you 5 in the conservative party that don't support Israel. Chiefly amongst them, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. These are giants that hate
Yeah, they are.
Israel.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you're still
But they're-
convinced that there's going to be a
But these aren't the
right-wing
biggest
propaganda
donors. These aren't
campaign
the
that
biggest donors to the conservative movement. They're not.
donors don't matter. You just explained, you yourself
Oh,
explained how donors don't matter.
Okay, all right, buddy.
They
I
don't.
don't know.
They
I don't know
don't,
if we're gonna, I
friend.
don't know if we're going to get anywhere. If you don't think donation and how the money
I
is
think
spent
public
really
opinion matters far more in winning elections.
Right, but money changes public opinion.
Yes, money can be used to change public opinion. I agree.
Oh, all right. Well then, I guess.
But
that's
not
a
to the
W.
extent, well, not to the extent that you're implying. You think
Okay,
if
but
I
what
just
about
pour
Russia
$1 billion
donating
in a, hold on, you think if I just pour $1 billion in a campaign, it's a guaranteed win?
Depending on how it's used, if it's used efficiently, then yes.
That's interesting because Elon Musk spent about, I don't know, 300 billion and didn't get, or 300 million and he didn't get his wish. So it
All right,
seems
what do
like
you mean he
that's
didn't get
kind
his
of not
wish? He
true.
won Pennsylvania for Trump.
Okay, what
His
about all
goal
the
was to
what
win
about
Pennsylvania.
Minnesota?
Wait, hold on a second. Most of his money was pumped into Pennsylvania, and he got what he wanted.
No,
He
no,
won
most
Pennsylvania.
of his money. How much of his money are we talking here? Let me look it up actually, because
Among
it seems we're both kind
among
of
shares
working
of all
with
the swing
some.
states. Right. So take the number of swing states, right, and find the amount spent in each state as a percentage of all of the swing states. Pennsylvania should be the highest.
So you want me to get percentage of? All right, I'm just thinking what I would look into the queue here. Percentage of money spent.
Elon Musk spent how much money did Elon Musk spend in each swing state as a percentage? Yes.
Elon Musk spend in each swing state.
Because I'm pretty sure it's Pennsylvania.
Elon Musk spent $220 in support of Donald Trump and other candidates. Pennsylvania did receive significant attention. And they did win. Let me see here. Wisconsin, however, where he spent over 25 million. So Pennsylvania only got $1 million, man. However, in a nationally watched election like what was happening, I said Minnesota, I apologize, it was Wisconsin, in a heavily watched election where the entire nation was watching that, he spent over $25 million and he didn't win.
Didn't win in Wisconsin?
Yeah, didn't win in Wisconsin. He may have won in Pennsylvania, which is a lot more purple, but in states that disagree with his policies, he's not winning. And unfortunately, if a state supports a lot of his policies, no matter how much money he spends, it'll probably go in his way.
Right, and out of the 260 or 240, I forget how much you need to win to become the president. How much was Wisconsin contributing versus Pennsylvania?
This isn't about this. I believe this was about like court justices, friend. This isn't about like you're talking about two very different things. You're talking about the national election.
Well, I'm talking about the presidential election where he was basically buying people's votes.
So I don't know about that. I don't think that the offer of money was a significant enough drive.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Well, that was my point about Pennsylvania, was that I believe that most of the money spent on purchasing votes by Elon Musk was done in Pennsylvania.
Well, he only spent $1 million there.
On what did you look up on specifically for the presidential election?
Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing 40.5 million from America PAC was used nationwide. So it seems like he spent about $40 million nationwide and $25 million on the Wisconsin election.
Okay, that's fine. How did he not win?
How did he not win? Well,
Yeah.
he didn't get the court justice that he wanted. They wanted a conservative judge and they voted in a liberal judge.
Okay, so he wanted a judge, and the fact that he didn't get the judge means that he lost, even though Trump became president.
Yeah, if your only metric is by Trump becoming president, then I don't think it was money. I don't think it was necessarily money that got Donald Trump elected. It was, unfortunately, we didn't run. We had a geriatric candidate, and then by the time that Kamala came around, she only had 3 months. And so I think that's, and people were hurting based on the economy. That's the reason we lost. It's not because of all this money. When we think money are the, I push back hard against this, because when we think things like money are the only reason that people get elected, it sows distrust in our democracy. And this thing is supposed to be held sacred, man. It's up to us to defend it.
I don't know. I don't hold democracy sacred.
Why not? It's so beautiful, man. The idea
I'm a,
that what's up?
I was going to say I'm a monarchist. I would prefer if America had a king, actually.
I disagree, man. I think the ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all are beautiful and they speak to my heart. You know, I'm a true American in that sense. I love this
Yeah, but those
country
principles
and
could exist in any country. What matters is enforcement, right?
no, what do you mean?
You need okay, so those principles espoused in some document as a founding document of a nation, those could exist theoretically in any country.
Yeah, and
What
that's why
matters
I
is
think
how
it's
it's
so powerful the ideas of
okay.
those three ideals.
Okay, so what matters is how it's enforced, and by enforcement I mean what force we're willing to use to protect those ideas. And
Well,
I
I
think
think
that a
it's
monarch would do it a lot better than we're handling it right now, which is to say that we let events like January 6th, which Democrats like to bring up a lot as a huge issue that slipped through the cracks of this police state safety net that we have. Um, the real problem is that federal regulation has most places, most everyone's hands tied, and that I think giving a monarch plenary authority to remove all of the unnecessary red tape would actually be a lot more freedom for Americans.
no, not at all. It would not. We wouldn't be freedom of representation. We wouldn't have freedom of.
Why
That's
not?
one of our most
Why can't
important
why
freedoms
can't the king
because we
represent
won't elect
Italy?
people. They'll just be nobility.
Do you have to elect people to be represented?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it couldn't just be by coincidence that a king could represent a nation.
What do you mean? Like a king doesn't represent his nation. That's not a representative. That's a
He doesn't? He doesn't?
no, not at
The
all.
king the king in the same way that a president is the manifest will of a nation, so is a king.
No,
It's
he's
just
not because he's not the
one is
manifest
elected and
will
one
of
is
a
not.
nation. He's the manifest will of a bloodline, friend. Not the nation.
Right, but whose bloodline, right? Because that's begging the question, if he is the bloodline, if his
I could
bloodline
give
is
less
of
of a
that
fuck if
nature.
he's fucking George Washington's great great grandson. If he didn't get elected, his ass shouldn't be there.
Okay, so it seems a bit arbitrary to me, and we are getting
Why?
off topic from the prompt, but
Oh, it's
because
okay. We can get off topic
we
from
may
it. It's
never
just a general.
we may never agree about the Russia versus Israel, how much money is spent, how effective that is in changing an election distinction that there is, but the and I don't think we're going to get past that, but the problem here is that Democrats were willing to actually I think most Americans were willing to completely swallow the pill that Russia propaganda was so effective in 2016 that it may have changed the outcome. But then in 2024, when we learn just how much money Israel poured into Donald Trump's campaign, which was a staggering amount, and the fact that most of his administration is Zionist, completely and utterly pro-Israel,
Yeah.
it seems a little bit too convenient, and it doesn't seem to be coincidence to me.
Well, I would say that the difference is the Russian propaganda was effective. Israeli propaganda isn't effective. You have more and more people being against
Why not?
Israel every day.
Sure, there's a bifurcation, but that doesn't mean that it isn't working.
It's not working. I know for a fact it's not working. If it was working, we'd have rightoids completely on the side of Israel. We don't have that. Just like how they were basically on the side of Russia.
They still have a coalition. They're not. Do you think that the anti-Israel conservatives are the majority at this point?
I'd say it's probably a pretty even split.
You think it's an even split?
Yes.
On what basis? Just Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes?
Well,
That's what you
well,
have.
you named up another one that I had forgotten about. I mean, yeah,
Sure,
these are
those are the big
prominent
three. Those are the big
these are
three.
prominent figures in the party that are
Mhm.
saying this type of stuff. Why do you think, can you name a couple conservatives that are super pro-Israel that are like as prominent as those three?
Oh, sure. Laura Loomer.
Okay.
Gosh, should I pull up a list? Let me AI.
No. This is you, brother. This is just you. This is your mind right now. I'm asking you. I don't think that you can because a lot of conservatives are against Israel right now.
Well, yeah, I tend not to pay attention to the. I try not to pay attention to the pro-Israel conservatives, but there are a lot of them, and the money is not in anti-Israel right now. It's in pro-Israel, especially while we maintain a presence in Iran.
Yeah, well, we've already kind of talked about how money doesn't mean that much if it's against the public will. But I am getting some call-ins, so I mean, I think we might be at an impasse. I can't agree with the monarchism take there, man. Freedom, democracy, that's in America's blood, man.
Well, so is being white, but you don't really like that either.
Not at all. Being white is not part of being American.
But wait a second. I thought, but before you let me go, let me hit you at this point.
Okay.
I've been told by Dems and the left in general for decades that the founding fathers were slave-owning white racists, and that America was stolen. We live on stolen land by white colonists. Now, if that's not an identity, then what is it? Because you just said that America doesn't have a white identity, and yet...
No, not at all. So what I would say the American identity is...
Then what is colonialism? Then what is it?
We're not... You're a silly goose. We're not... What is colonialism? What does that even mean, man? We're not colonies anymore. We're not the 13 colonies.
All right. I have been my feed and the feed of a lot of people have been filled from the last few decades by the left that America is stolen land. It was stolen by white people. That we have an illegitimate government made by white racists.
I'd laugh at that person. If you came up and said the same thing, I would laugh you out of the room.
Hold on a second. Okay. How is that not pointing to some identity that they all shared when they colonized the country?
What do you mean? So you're saying
I'll bite the bullet.
You're saying okay. So what you're saying is you have these leftists have criticisms, and that they're identifying a certain ethnic, cultural thing, and you're saying that shadow puppet that they've created is the identity of America? I don't get your point.
No, it's not a shadow puppet. Here
it is a shadow puppet. No, America has not. America wasn't founded by a white. America may have been founded by whites, but our history is by far.
So it was. Wait, so it was founded by white people. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we all used to worship the sun god 3,000 years ago. Does that mean the sun god is somebody who we should worship?
No, we're not talking about should here. We're talking about what is, not what should.
Oh, so we must worship the sun god.
No, we're talking about what is, as in what happened. So America was founded by white people, right? You did agree to that. Okay. What does white mean in the context of something like America is stolen land for the benefit of a coalition
I don't
of
have
white
these positions.
colonists?
You're fighting against ghosts. I don't have these positions. I think our founders were geniuses. I think they were very smart.
I don't need you to have the position. What I'm trying to do
You're
is
shadowboxing. You want me to be this idea of a leftist, but I'm just not, man. And I am getting kind of annoyed by you putting these ideas that I don't have.
I never said you held this position. What I'm trying.
Yes, I know, but I don't care what some fucking dude from SoCal thinks.
Okay, all right. You don't care what some dude from SoCal thinks. My original question was, is white identity not an American identity? And you said no.
No, it's not. Just because you're doing sun god shit, bro. You're doing sun god shit. You're like, oh, well, it used to be this way, so that's the identity we have.
Can I try to land the plane?
Yeah,
Can I try?
Man.
Okay,
land
all right.
that plane.
And then I promise we can be done. You can go to your other callers. I just want to I steel-manned the leftist position, not to say that you said it, but to point to a narrative that I'm willing to bite the bullet on, I'll completely concede all of it. The leftists are completely right. I will concede all of it.
Wrong.
Yep, it's stolen land, coalition of white people, slave-owning racists. I'll take it all. Okay, what is that pointing to? That is pointing to a white identity as the formation of the country, a Christian white identity. Because
I
that's
disagree.
what a majority of them held. They held to a Christian white identity, which is fine. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying what is. I'm not saying what should be. It's not a moral claim.
So
I'm
what
just saying
is
what
what is the benefit of that claim? Like what are you trying to make? Right? Because
The
I
benefit of the
agree.
claim
Yeah,
is that
we
you
all
said that
used to
freedom and
be.
democracy were American values, and I asked you straight up. I said, "What about being white?" And you said, "Oh, no way." And I'm like,
No, it's
okay,
not.
but that's how the country was
No, because
founded.
freedom and democracy have been held throughout our entire government, my friend. And being white has not been a stance on the government, you know? Being white hasn't been so tied to the American ideal that
It hasn't.
no. Or it
All
had
right. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it
know.
hasn't. No, yes, no, it
What
hasn't.
if I put, what about 99.9% of all elected officials in America's history being white? Is that not
Yeah,
good
that's a
enough for you?
problem of representation. I agree with you. That's an
But is
issue.
that not good enough to prove
But that
the
doesn't
point?
mean the entire country is fucked because we elected some.
What do you mean fuck? What do you mean fuck?
Bro,
I'm
I
not-
don't even
I'm-
know the point you're trying to make right now. I'll be honest. You just kind of like it seems like I'm therapying you through some like white,
I think-
some like white
I think you
devil
might be-
that.
I think you might be.
I don't
floundering
get
a
your
little bit
point,
because I made a
man.
really good point. I think you're
No,
floundering
you're
a
not
little bit.
I'm not floundering. What? Okay, so I'll
Okay,
give you
go ahead.
that. Yes, you're right. A lot of our history has been white. What the fuck does
Yeah.
that even have to do with what we were originally talking about?
Because you said that freedom and democracy are American values, and that we should and that a president rather than a monarch is better because they're elected. They're better for representing those things because they're elected rather than it being some bloodline. That was your point against monarchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Land the plane.
And then I said, what about being white? Isn't that an American historically, and maybe it's not this second, but historically it's been an American value, and you said no way. And the meat and potatoes that I was trying to get to was that you cannot just point to a value. You have to point to it. You have to point to what the value says about the people. You can't just say, "Oh, democracy's great. We should all want democracy." Okay, but what is the value pointing to in a people? It's not about, because like I'm not making a moral claim about whiteness being good or bad. I'm saying historically America's been white, and yes, historically America has been democratic.
Okay, the sky is fucking blue.
Why is
What?
it good?
I don't
Why?
get your
Where's
point,
the
man.
why in your? Where's the
I don't
why
get
in
your
your
fucking
value?
point. Why? Because we had bad representation up until very recently.
Your values have no why to them. They
Oh,
don't.
my value. The reason why I like freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Do you want to know the
democracy.
reason why I like those, friend?
Yes.
Because they are the values that have led to a massive decrease in poverty across the
Right.
entire world, not just America. They are the most effective in personal satisfaction. So, you know, you don't live as if you're not living. You don't live as if you don't live by the means in which you disagree with. Sorry, I'm getting another call right now. I apologize.
Don't worry about it.
But you know, those are what are your reasonings against freedom, liberty, and justice for all? I you know, if you have a better argument, I'd love to hear it.
I'm not against them. I just don't. I don't see how it's not about my position. This is a critique of your position, which is
Well,
that
your
you
fucking
mentioned
critique
American
is
values.
baseless because I just gave you fucking a reason on why. So it's
My
kind of
critique isn't
baseless.
Your,
It is
your whys
baseless.
you are giving me completely subjective reasons why we ought to have the American government be a certain way, and I'm saying,
Bro,
I
you're
could
not
just
providing.
easily
You're
say,
just
hold on,
criticizing. You're
hold
not
on.
actually providing any
Wait,
information. You're just criticizing and not providing an actual
All right.
substitute.
I could
Besides
say
monarchy.
subjectively-
Besides
I could
monarchy.
say
Yeah, let's go back to
subjectively.
the crown. What a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
idea.
Let's do it. do it because those are my
But
values.
the only
How are you gonna
reason,
compete
the
with
only
that? How are
reason
gonna
you want it
compete
to
with
be
that?
a monarchy is just 'cause. It's not even a reason. You just want it to be. You like the idea of a great man.
We haven't gotten into my worldview yet. We were critiquing yours.
All right,
You
well,
want my worldview?
my friend, I'm going to be honest. I have more callers coming in, and
Sure.
it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere. Thank you so much for calling in. You seem like a great dude, and I hope you have a great day.
Good luck to you, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Like pulling teeth. Less objective claims than my hairline? What are you talking about? My hairline is absolutely the most badass. Anyways, I had a call from Bill, so let's call Bill back and see what he has to say. Anyways, people without his name on the ballot. Hello, Bill. How are you doing? Doing well? I can't hear you, brother.
Cause I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah, that confused car was kind of a mindfuck.
Huh?
I thought he was like
Yeah.
a follow.
I was like, he's left, and then he said monarchy, and I'm like, whoa, okay, now I gotta.
Cause I thought he was arguing for like a vanguard communist party system. First.
Dude, me too. And then he pulls out the monarchy card, and I'm like, what's going on here? But
Yeah.
you did want to mention some things, so I'll let you do that.
Yeah, what you were confusing three different things because Trump actually did win Wisconsin, and obviously you're wrong about the money that Elon Musk spent. Elon Musk actually spent like $2-3 million per day in Pennsylvania during the election.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because he said 1 million, he spent way more than that. The difference was that there was an election like a few months after Trump won because of the backlash. There was a new election in Wisconsin, and that one Elon Musk spent way more money, and Trump was not very involved in that one. So it was basically that's of Elon Musk. And that election ended up going against the Republican candidate to the Democratic candidate, I think Cindy Crawford or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the point I was making. But he kept switching between in the election
Yeah, but you
and just
thought
in general.
that you were confusing the elections a bit because you said
I wasn't confusing the. No, I made it. I thought I made it very clear that it wasn't. It was after the election. Anybody familiar with the
No, he
cast
kept
should
saying
know
that. He kept saying it was during. That's what I'm saying. That he wasn't understanding what you're saying. Yeah,
Oh, got you. Okay. Sorry, I hope I didn't seem like a dick just now.
because he just kept saying that a few times. That he lost, but he kept saying Trump lost Wisconsin and won Pennsylvania because he thought you're talking about the same election.
Yeah, I think I should have clarified. That's my apologies if
Yeah.
if
I guess
if
it doesn't
he's still
matter because I was calling when I thought the caller was somewhat sane, but I have no idea what that caller was thinking.
I know I don't really get his point about a lot of things, like the propaganda, for example. Like if Russia was as if Israel was as effective as Russia, we'd have a lot different atmosphere in the politics right now. I think that a lot of conservatives don't like Israel right now.
Yeah. Also, there's one more thing.
Yes.
That there's a person in chat called Luke something, right? Luke Volin, I think. And he keeps saying, I asked him, is slavery evil? He said, yes, and slavery was done by Democrats. I said, it's completely evil, and he agreed with me. Then I said, well, Texas and Florida Republican parties changed the school curriculum in their states to say that slavery actually benefited black people. And he hasn't answered. He said, how's that relevant? There's only one party that supports slavery. I'm like, he's just not answering enough. He disappeared.
Yeah, it's
So if you're listening to
like,
this, answer the question, Luke.
If
slavery was completely evil, then which party is helping them right now?
Yeah, it's it really does come down to that. They want to point at the past, but they don't want to acknowledge, for example, they bring up the KKK a lot. And it wasn't the Democratic Party that created the KKK. It was a member of the Democratic Party, or a couple.
Also, at that time, they had a different ballot. They worked as like Dixiecrats a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's another. But also, David Duke literally supported Donald Trump. Like David Duke,
Ken was a
the
Republican
guy.
politician.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here, guys? It's insane.
You know, I think this is a lot of this stuff is actually working pretty good for them because I see a lot of young people saying that now.
A
Because
lot
they
of
can't
young
convince
people.
them that slavery was good.
No
Because
way.
they used to believe in the Republican Party. They can't convince them that. But they can't say, okay, but America started it, so it's all bad. It's like some genetic fallacy of some sort.
Yeah, it's very strange. Anyways, have anything else to say, brother? This is Bill, by the way. He's my most valued mod. No offense to my other mods, they're all great. But Bill
Yeah, I
is
just have to
definitely the
say that.
Chad.
Yeah, after a few days when my holidays run out, I won't be able to be available for this stream. I'll only be available for the earlier stream.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
all right, brother.
good that you made more mods.
Yeah, for
It's way too
real.
late.
Well, good luck with whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Or saying what's up.
Bye.
Peace. That was our mod Bill, and absolutely chatted out, man. I mean, this guy's jawline, you guys should see it. It'll blow anybody out of the water. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. Never understood why the Democrats have to lie. Well, we don't have to lie, friend. How do I determine my favorite color? Well, what you're going to want to do is take a dart and throw it, and whatever it lands on, that's your new favorite color. Pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty simple. One second. I have to send a message. One moment, gamers. So sorry. I know I probably just lost 5,000 viewers. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. We're up to 15 likes. Super close to that goal. So thank you guys so much. I did have some calls just coming in while Bill was on the phone, but it was from an unknown number, so I'm not able to call them back. If Trump's stupid ass just paid Stormy cash, he wouldn't have been in charge. True. He was very cheap. Very cheap. One moment. I just need to share my link. Sorry, guys. I know. My life is happening before my eyes. Anyways, you guys are absolutely killing it today. Thank you, guys. If you want to see more streams like this, I do 2 streams every day, one in the morning at 10 a.m. CST, and then one in the evening at 6 p.m. CST. The 10 a.m. show is much more about news, politics, and me gaming. And the 6 p.m. show is all about debating. So, this guy is retarded. Well, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty big-brained. How do I know if Donald J. Trump will deport me to Greenland? Well, I don't think he has access to Greenland right now. Anyways, let me play some music and we'll talk. Don't call in. There is no way to have a conversation with these people. Well, I had a conversation that was pretty contentious earlier, and you know what? I still would smoke a J with that guy. 46K is bad for the Dow Jones. I don't know why you're celebrating that, Lolly. What a weird name. Why would you name yourself that? Hold on. That's a bad name, man. You gotta change that. Lolly? Lolly1405? You gotta change that name, man. Lolly? I'll smoke to that. Amen, man. Amen. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the likes and the support. We're absolutely killing it today. And that's all because of you guys. Thank you. GTA. What is up, France? Hope you're doing well. So that's what's wrong with you. I'm a fucking pothead. Oh, jeez. Oh, got you. Well, I know it's spelled with an I, but it's like, I don't know if I'm really down for having that name, you know? I like opposing views. That's why I'm here. You may see something at an angle I haven't thought of. Yeah, that's generally why I like to talk to people. Yeah, I know it's spelled differently, but I don't know, man. It's just, it's been tainted. It's been tainted, unfortunately. And I don't know how to get it back. I don't know how to get it back. Anyways, if you guys support what I do out here, feel free to donate to my Ko-Fi. I believe I'll have to leave for a second here in a moment just to go grab some items, but I will be right back, and I don't think I have to go right now. Is that the reason it's called that? Because of the Lolita Express? Borders are safer. That's not true. And yes, Soros is still paying me $10 billion a month. I mean, how could you not with this UI, with this interaction? How could you not? Oh, the book Lolita. Oh. Nice. Or not nice. Bad. Bad. We don't like that. Icky. I personally didn't even know about that book until Jeffrey Epstein, so. Damn, getting that Soros money? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wish. God, that would be nice. I would take Soros's money. You're damn fucking right, too. I don't disagree with what George... No, I probably wouldn't take Soros money, but maybe. You're on a dream. It is true. If you can't admit, then why continue this conversation? You live in your own world. Nah. Has MAGA took their finger out of their own ass yet? I'm not quite sure. You know, we're waiting. We're waiting. I don't imagine you would get much callers on this topic, right? Trump is a joke. Well, you'd be surprised, but there are many still that defend the Trump and the Republican Party. Listen, the Republican Party might be done, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't really see them continuing on in their current form. The numbers are pointing otherwise, but keep being delusional. No, the numbers are not supporting you. We've won almost every single special election since Donald Trump has won. People are tired. People are tired. A feelings over fact incel looks like? No, my friend. This is what a based liberal Chad looks like. MAGA isn't going anywhere? No, after this it's done. After Trump it's over, man. You already see the divide. Jesus will live forever. Well, if you're a Christian, that's totally true. Let's look at Polymarket real quick, see how they're putting the what they're putting the midterms at. Let's take a look. You know, I don't generally use Polymarket, I'll be honest, but interestingly enough, says we're about 85% likely to win the House. I don't know. That's seems like the markets disagree. It's an ideology now? Well, it seems kind of fucked up. You guys can't decide if you like or hate Israel. Seems pretty messy if that's your ideology. By the way, if you guys are just joining the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel and gets me boosted out there. I do 2 shows every day, one in the morning where I talk about news and politics, and one in the evening where I talk about, or where I debate. So if that interests you guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, 9 out of the 10 recessions came from Republicans. It usually, you know, it's usually a Democrat that has to fix it all. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for Trump supporters, so if that's you, feel free to call in. If you disagree with the prompt, feel free to call in. Oh, geez. Half-track drifter, I don't want to hear about your sexual fantasies, man. I'm gonna be honest, they don't interest me. Same polls were saying Kamala was gonna win by 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA isn't an ideology, it's the rambling thoughts of a stupid, old, dementia-ridden pedophile. Careful now, you don't want to trigger him. I want to trigger him now. Blue states and cities are 80% of America's GDP. When are you maggots gonna pull up your bootstraps? Amen, dude. Like, when are they gonna realize? Don't you mean the Epstein War? Yeah, Operation Epstein Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Operation Epstein Fury is in full effect right now. Why does this say it won't open for you? Let's check. You're going on Kalshi? I don't usually use prediction markets. I don't typically... Whoa. It looks 50-50. Wow. It says the Democrat and Republican chances are 50-50 right now. That's interesting. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in if you disagree. I'll be here for another hour 30. So if that interests you guys, make sure to call in. Or no, I'll be here for 2 hours 30 actually. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Republican records are so bad, you guys literally suck at everything. I mean, it is kind of sad. What's up, Joanne? Joanne, my bad. The Dow is not over 50K. You are lying, Sallyman. He came back. He came back from the dead just to defend his own, his killer. That's interesting. Anyways, we made it to 22 likes. Thank you guys so much. That's huge. That was our goal today, so you guys have absolutely smashed it. Here soon, I'm going to get a like goal. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, got a lot of keyboard warriors today, and while it is healthy to keep your hand strength strong, I would recommend calling in, because it does make you guys kind of look weak. But that's all right. MAGA has been very well known for being the weaker party for a while. Anyways. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about the Dow when you're still spending $400 at the grocery store. Amen. Dow at 45K. Whoa, I didn't realize that. Market closed on Saturday. I hear MAGA politicians have strong knees now. Very true. Very true. Better than a live camera bimbo. Does that mean you find me attractive? Thank you so much, man. I didn't think I was that attractive, but thank you. I appreciate it. To be considered a bimbo, I mean... Listen, I am not that drop dead, okay? But I appreciate it. I do. Anyways, 22 likes is weak. Flock, just because of that, I'm going to go to your channel and see how many likes you have. Oh, it doesn't have any content. Interesting. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the like goal, so thank you guys so much for that. Because of that, we can watch some news articles if you guys would like. Yeah, when I say when I see the stock market up, I'm like, well, good to know rich people are making money. Confidence drives the market. Well, that's probably why Donald Trump shouldn't have invaded Iran. If confidence drives the market, that's not a very, you know, I'm not going to be confident in the market if it means, if Donald Trump is bombing somewhere, you know. I'm confident in corruption. Gonna hit something else next week. Oh yeah, it's gonna hit a new... Oh, are you talking about Cuba? Well, maybe. Yeah, if Donald Trump wants to drive the markets further down, yeah, an invasion of Cuba, great idea. The Bay of Pigs unfortunately didn't work out too well in that regard, but I'd love to see Donald Trump's attempt. I really would. I like this music. Very fun. Democrats have flipped 28 formerly red seats over the past 14 months. MAGA has not flipped a damn thing. You're damn right. And they ain't flipping it for a while. Listen, Democrats support the bill that bans insider trading, so I don't know what else you want, man. Sup, guy? What's on the menu? Just kind of general debate topics. Nothing really too much. But thank you guys so much for the likes and the subs. You guys are absolutely killing it. Let's see what our subs are at right now. Let's see what our subs are at. 506 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That means we've gained about 8 new subscribers since I went live. Thank you so much. That's huge. That means that I get into people's algorithms and I get people talking about me. They still do it? Okay, well, I'm sorry, man. If you're not happy with the law that was passed in conjunction with the Republicans, then I don't know, man. There's not much I can do for you. Okay, this is the classic. Republicans have a tendency not to vote in special elections. Oh, I think that's a sad sign for your guys' party, to be honest. If you guys don't vote during elections, I don't know, man. Sounds like a you issue and not a me issue. Sounds like you need to get some more patriotic individuals there. Scott, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Well, get out there. Make it more patriotic, my friend. No such thing as bipartisan. Totally agree. I'm not bipartisan. I very much favor the Democrats. But if you're talking about in terms of bills, then obviously, dude, they have to have support. What are you talking? Oh, geez. These people just don't understand how our government works. Not good. Not a good sign. So what do I support about the Democrats today? I support their stance on affordability. I support their stance on LGBTQ rights. I mean, you can just go down the list. Hey, what's up, Kayla? Good to see you. Anyways. Of course I don't. Yep, I'm just another sheep, ladies and gentlemen. Ba black sheep out here. All of you in chat will be converted to Islam? That's not true. I'm not a monotheist, nor am I a polytheist. I'm a gamer, and that's all I am. Listen, man, I'm sorry I got addicted to vaping and it triggers you. Can we please talk about something more relevant? Scott is triggered. Scott is absolutely triggered by the fact that I vape. Trying to cut it out, but your government not working now, and the world has responded. You don't have allies. Nobody is helping you. Yeah, I don't disagree necessarily, man. No, I don't support Iran winning the war. Rather see me vape than smoking ciggies. Amen. Hello, Joanne. Good to see you. Got a lot of keyboard warriors right now. A lot of people willing to defend Donald Trump through a screen, but not necessarily willing to defend him when the rubber meets the road, ladies and gentlemen. I've got no allies? Ah, okay, that's not... you know, if someone was to attack the U.S., I feel like we would have some support. Ah, lots of cope. Lots of cope. The Trump hate grift is real. Well, he's our president, my friend. Would you rather have us talk about, I don't know, fucking... Well, he's the president right now, dude. No shit. You can smoke meth in a vape? I didn't know that. Thank you for informing me about that, mercenary. Whether you support it or not, Iran's probably gonna be fractured after this. Scott, man, you're not dropping any truth bombs. You're really not. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like no Trump supporters want to call in right now, or nobody who disagrees wants to call in right now. I understand. I'm very, I'm a very intimidating individual, so I understand. Okay, Scott, what the fuck do you want us to do, man? For real, what the fuck do you want us to do? None of that yawning. You told me if I had an accident I will have to wear protective garments. Well, hey, you got this, Kayla. I believe in you. Well, I believe in you. You're doing great, Kayla. Don't worry. You've converted New York. I don't think that's true. I get tired of disinfo. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be yawning so much, but I do get tired of disinfo agents permeating in chat. Like, this man is very clearly a conservative who is pretending to be Muslim.
Call from.
Chris McClure.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, Chris, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So what did you want to
Well,
talk about
good.
today?
Good. Hey, I'm sorry. What is the topic?
Oh, no,
I know
you're all right.
that's so
It's
stupid.
just Democrats are going to win the midterms, but we can talk about anything, really.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, look. How do I say this and not come across as a? You're not intimidating, brother.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
I know. I was being
look,
pretty
look.
facetious. I'm a fairly, yes, I try,
Look,
I don't want to be
I did some
intimidating, you know?
research yesterday when we got off the phone, and uh, it is 11 to 15 million immigrants
Where are
that
you? Yeah,
they
that
believe that
live
are
in
illegally
live.
here.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said there
No,
are
you said
14. No,
3,000,
I said
and
3
I
million
asked you.
came over during Biden's presidency. I believe we
No,
have
sir, no,
14
sir. And you
million
told me the
illegal
border
immigrants
control,
here.
right? And you told me the border patrol counted those. The border patrol does not. The U.S. Borders and Customs calls that, and they have also the last year of Biden's administration. There was, I think, I can't remember. Oh gosh, I usually save it. Like 9.6 million. They don't call them. They call them. It's different. But there was like nine. Excuse me, 9.6. I think that is the number one issue facing us right now. And
I
we don't.
disagree, man.
Here's the deal. We don't. And you got to be honest. I mean, you really. Come on. We don't
I
know how
was
many's
being
here. We
honest,
don't know
man.
who's here.
3 million.
We
We
don't know
do.
who's here.
Okay, that's not. We don't know who's here. Well, if
We
you know,
don't.
if
I mean, we know there's sleeper cells here.
if there were sleeper cells, I feel Iran would have activated them by now, man. They're getting fucked.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you not hear about the two boneheads that tried to throw bombs into Mondami's
No, I did hear about
compound?
that. That was actually
Okay.
not.
Did
That
you hear
wasn't
about the?
anti-Islam. That was a white nationalist who did that, I believe.
No.
But I could be wrong. I'll look into
No,
it real quick.
you are. They had affiliations with ISIS. How about the guy that drove a car into the Jewish? What do you
Yeah,
call
these
it?
all happened during the beginnings. They didn't happen. They haven't
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
recently. Don't you think?
No, they've
Don't
happened.
you think Iran would have activated more cells? Like, if they were all over the U.S., don't you think they would be?
Who's to say what's going to happen?
Well,
I mean,
I'm just using the
we don't
evidence
know
in
that.
front of me. I'm just using the evidence in front of me, and the evidence says that no, there's not cells everywhere. That just makes people afraid to go outside.
I didn't say there were cells everywhere.
Well,
I
you
said
made
we
it.
do
You
have
said we
cells.
don't know
We
we don't know
we
who we
don't
let
know.
in.
We don't know.
Well, why don't you
I mean,
support?
how can
Why
you
don't you
say we
support a way
know?
for us? Why don't you support a way for us to know
I
and have
do.
these
The
people
legal
come to a
process.
federal building?
The legal
And
process. The
yeah,
legal
see, the legal
process
process
that
isn't
immigrant.
working right now.
Oh, I believe it is. I believe it is. Look how many immigrants we have in this country that are legal citizens of this country. I can do a Google and check that count
Yeah,
for you.
I'm not
But I
denying
mean, it's
that we have a
unbelievable.
lot
And
of
of
legal
all
immigrants,
different
but
ethnicities,
some people can't get
Russians,
into the system.
Mexicans, all kinds of people, and they did it the right way. They came in, and it was hard. There's no. It shouldn't be just easy to come into another country. But perfectly easy. You
Well,
know, there's
America
work.
is
You
the
have to
nation of
do a little
immigrants.
work to that.
America is the
And they
nation of
came and they
immigrants.
assimilated. I've
So,
got I've got friends that when I worked in the auto parts industry, they were Serbians, and they came in to this country, and you talk about top-notch mechanics.
yeah.
I mean, these guys can work on cars, but they came in. They came in the right way. They assimilate every one
So
of
the
them
right way,
can
like
speak
I kind of have
English.
an issue. What do you think the right ways are? You know, there's only three
The
right
the the
ways,
the, the
right?
legal process.
Then tell
The
me what the
legal
legal
process.
processes are, because I know
Oh,
them, but I'm
I
wondering
don't
if
know
you know them.
exactly, but there is a process that you
So the only
go
three legal
through.
ways you can come into this country are marrying someone, a work visa, and asylum. Those are the only three legal ways you can come into the country. And I support your idea of having people come in legally. Of course I do. But number one, it's not addressing the issue of expanding ways to come into the country illegally legally, my apologies. And
That's
it
all.
doesn't
That's all
address
right.
the issue of the 14 million that are here. I think we should
Right.
treat the 14 million that are here with compassion.
You should. Well, we can treat them with compassion, and let's put them in the back of the line, and let's
Well,
get them in here legally.
Well, I don't think deporting them is gonna. I
No,
don't
I
think
didn't say
deporting
deport them.
them.
I
Yeah,
meant
I know,
put
but
them in the
that's
back of the line for our
so.
process.
Would you have them stay here in America while they're going through that process?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I would
Wow.
say yes, personally. I don't see any issue with having somebody come
If
out of the
I tell you what,
shadows.
I wouldn't have an issue with that if we have a process where we can keep up with who it is. You know,
Yeah,
we don't want to treat them like criminals, okay?
of course.
But we want to know who you are, and we want to know, you know, through the whole process, we
Mhm.
want to know until you get finished, and then there you go, man. I mean,
I
you
mean,
got your,
I'd go
you
even
got what
further.
you.
I'd have somebody vouch for them. You know, like a landlord or.
No, because you can't trust people, man. I mean, on both sides of the aisle, you can't. You know
Well, I
that.
mean, obviously do your background checks, but also have somebody vouch for them. I think that would
Uh,
basically secure us, like
but I
we've
think
looked at their
you know,
background and we have an American citizen vouching for them.
what we have though, and we've never mentioned
Well,
this
you did
side of
describe the
the
Democratic policy on this. You did describe that
what.
just now. What you said about having them become legal citizens and giving them a path towards legal citizenship, that I personally would have them pay a little extra in taxes. But that's what we support. We don't support people coming into the border illegally. I don't support that. I support.
Joe Biden flew them around at night to
Well,
sanctuary cities, man.
unfortunately,
I mean,
we did have a large gap in labor during Biden's presidency, but by the time that he left, he had brought the number of border encounters down from 300,000 to 60,000. But that's not necessarily the point.
I'll have to check that out too, because I don't believe that either. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll check that out.
Look
I'll
up.
check it out. I'll do my
It's the
research, brother.
CBP. It's the agency that you had mentioned before, fan. I call
Because
them Border Patrol.
let me ask you a question. Did you like Barack Obama? Do you think he's a patriot?
It was too, I was very young at the time, but yes, I
Mhm.
did think he unified the
Okay.
country and tried to
Well,
move
you
us in
know
a
they
better
used to
direction.
call him. You know what they used to call him, right?
Deporter
The
in chief.
deporter in chief.
Yep.
He deported more people, and guess what? You know the
That's what I
cages
pulled.
that you guys, the guy,
Yeah,
the
they
cages
started
that
in
you
Obama.
claim.
They started in Obama's
Yeah,
era. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was one thing that I was impressed with Barack Obama. And you've got what it is so funny to me is you have Barack Obama, and these are speeches that you can look up. Hillary Clinton. You have a number of Democrats back in the day that were saying you can't come here illegally, and if you do this and this and this, and
Well, Democrats
it
don't.
just
What?
amazes me. I guess they've been enlightened. I guess
Well, I mean, I
so-called
tried.
enlightenment.
What Democratic leader is saying they want people to come into this country illegally? I don't see anybody saying that.
Oh my gosh, Uh, well, I mean, they may not be saying it, but they're not doing anything about it.
That's
I mean,
not true.
you know,
Biden
they don't want.
brought
They
comprehensive
don't.
border reform.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right
Well,
now.
we tried to
I
fix the
mean,
problem
you can't.
beforehand, but the Republicans didn't
You
seem
can,
interested. We tried to fix this. We
when?
tried to update our laws. It's called the Langford Bill.
No,
If you look up the
no, you're
Langford Bill, look up the
updating the
Langford Bill.
laws.
Hold on, let me finish my point. Look up the
I know
Langford
what the
Bill.
I know what the bill was, and
It was
it
everything
provided.
conservatives were asking for. It was
Dude, it was
changing
provided
changing
amnesty.
amnesty to be
It
much more
provided
stricter. It
amnesty.
was no, it
No,
provided no, it did
no
not provide.
amnesty,
It
brother.
changed the definition
No
of
amnesty,
amnesty.
brother.
No, it changed the
No,
definition to make it much more
they
hard to
start.
claim amnesty.
They go to the bottom. They go to the back of the line. All of these laws,
They made it harder for
they were
them to claim
good. It
amnesty.
was
That's not what
good
you're
to read it.
understanding.
No, the Democratic Party wanted to offer them amnesty.
No, my friend, they made it
They
harder
wanted
to claim
no. They wanted
amnesty.
a pathway,
You need
and
to
they
look
still
you
do.
need to
They
look at
want
the
a
Langford Bill
pathway
because
to
it was
amnesty.
incredibly conservative. And Donald Trump shot it
They
down
wanted
just
a
to run on
They
immigration because he
wanted
knew
a
it would be an
pathway to amnesty. That's what they call. That's what they call immigration reform. Is the
No, my
pathway
friend,
to
they made it
amnesty.
harder to
And I'm
claim
telling you,
amnesty. That was a
you can
you're
call us
saying
stupid.
misinformation
You
right
can
now.
call us whatever, but we're
I don't
not
think
going
you're
to accept
stupid.
that.
I don't think
We're
you're
not
stupid.
going to accept that. I mean,
My friend,
and
look at
eventually
what the
there may
Langford
not be
Bill's wording
anything.
is. It makes it
Look,
harder
we
to
may
claim
be just like
asylum.
Europe. Europe.
Europe's doing great. They're the
For
second biggest
instance,
economy in
Great
the world.
Britain, London, whatnot. Yeah, they have the rape gangs. You know, all this going on.
I know many
You
people
you
from
can get
London,
thrown in
and
jail.
they have
You
never
can
once
get you
complained
can get
about roving
thro-
rape gangs.
you can get thrown in jail in the UK if you say if you say anything about immigration or illegal immigration
That's
or illegal
great for the
immigrants.
UK,
They
but
can
we don't
throw
live
you
in the
into
UK.
prison.
I think you're getting afraid of something that's not going to happen here.
Explain. Really? You don't think they?
Yes. Well,
I'm
number
sure they.
one, we're
I'm
talking about
sure.
completely different immigrant populations, okay?
I'm sure.
We're talking
25
about
years ago.
Muslim
I'm sure 25
immigrants.
years ago, Great Britain didn't think that they would ever be in the situation that they're in now.
What situation are they in, man? You're acting like
Dude,
they fucking
have,
fell off like they're a
have no
backwater.
rights.
UK is doing fine, man. They still have a powerful military. They still have a powerful economy. They're doing just fine. I think you're falling for misinformation, man, because I got to be honest, Britain and in Europe are doing fine compared to us. As a matter of fact, we're so desperate for European help that we're begging for help in Iran. Not only that, we know for a fact that we're not going to be able to build shipyards without Europeans' help. So Europe's doing just fine, man.
Dude,
and you also have to
you
look at the
told me-
immigrant populations. Look at who's immigrating.
You told me that the last time we talked that that I was falling into this worrying about things that didn't need to be worried about, and I did my research. And my research that I looked at said the same exact thing that I said to you.
My friend,
They
didn't deny
claim,
that 14 million people exist.
They estimate that 11 to 15 million illegal immigrants
live in the
country.
United States. Yes, I never denied that,
In this
friend.
country.
What I denied originally was that 11 million people came in during Biden's term. That's what we were arguing about originally. You said it was 11 million or some very large number, and I disagreed and said it was 3.5 million.
Well, I can tell you this much, and once again, you know, I sent you some text, and I can do it again.
Oh,
You
shit.
can look
Yeah,
at-
I didn't realize that was okay. So I was wondering.
That was me.
I
I'm
apologize
sorry.
for that, brother. That's my
That's
fault.
okay.
I saw
No,
them and I was
no
like,
problem.
you know what? I remember talking, and I just didn't realize that it was you. Yeah,
No,
my bad, brother.
that's
That it's
okay.
just a Google
That's
phone I
no.
got.
Listen, that's okay. But border crossings are down under this administration. And if you want me to, I'll go and do my research, and
Oh
I'll
yeah, the
send it to
border's
you after
closed
we get off
now.
the line.
No, I don't
It
disagree
should
with
be.
that,
It
but
should
I
be. We
don't
should have
think
a closed border. I think ports of entry are the places where our immigrants need to come from. We don't need to
well.
have a wide open border, brother.
I
I'm sorry.
agree with that. I
You will
want border
never ever
reform.
change my mind on that. I'm
I
sorry.
want
I
border
hope that
reform,
doesn't.
and we had a border reform bill, and Donald Trump said not to vote on it because he wanted to run on
That's right.
immigration.
Because we don't want amnesty.
That's
No
not, it made
amnesty.
it harder to claim amnesty.
But you're still it's still amnesty. I'm
We have
sorry.
amnesty as it is. We still
I
provide
mean,
amnesty. It didn't change anything. We
well,
wanted a world where it would be
under
harder. Donald Trump wanted a world where it would be
under
easier.
Trump, we have had deportations. I think it's good. I think it's unfortunate that people in Minnesota fucked
But you
around and
yourself
found
just
out.
said you want a way for these people to become legal citizens.
Absolutely, go to the back of the line. Come in the proper way. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Hundreds and thousands of immigrants have done it before you. That's like and that's it's like you think that people are stupid.
Not at all. I don't think people are
Immigrants are
stupid.
stupid. No, they're not. They're not
I
stupid.
I
They
agree.
just
I don't think they're stupid either.
what they've
And
got
I
to
think they
go
did take
to the back of the line.
advantage. No, they took advantage of Biden saying, come across. I admit that. But
Well, that's okay, dude. But why are you so damn mad, then,
I'm not
that we're
mad.
deporting them and sending them to their own country? They can come
The
back
way we're doing
and
it,
try again.
that's what I have a problem with. The way
Oh,
we're
okay.
doing it. I don't
Well,
think
how
we
would
should
you do
go
it?
out
How would
and
you
just
deport them?
arrest people wanton just because they, are standing in a Home Depot parking lot. That's racial profiling.
How would you do it?
I would do it like they did it in Biden's years. They deported people under Biden. There's
How?
deportations. How? I mean, do you want like exactly how I would personally do it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, how
So
did
I would make ICE agents agents. I wouldn't have them be super well armed, super well equipped. I'd have them be very well trained agents that are able to identify if immigrant populations are spreading drugs and stuff like that. And I would have them coordinate with local PD to arrest people that, are, they can do targeted deportations,
Sure.
but,
But
that's
you
what
know
I
what
would
would
prefer.
happen if you disarmed ICE agents? Do you know what would happen? These freaks from Antifa
Oh,
and all of
bro.
these organizations.
Antifa doesn't exist, man. I promise you, it just doesn't. I wish
Okay, look,
I
dude.
wish an
Look,
Antifa,
dude.
at
Look,
some
dude.
point, I don't think
I just saw
Antifa
on YouTube
Antifa in
where there
2016
were
was a thing.
God.
It's not.
Okay, I don't
Antifa
know.
isn't like this unified
Well, they're
organization.
not. No, they're not. That's in their charter. That's in their charter. We are not unified. We do not have so-called leaders. Uh,
Yeah, I think
and
Antifa's kind of cringe, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of a resist lib.
well, I tell you what, it would do no good for me to live in Oregon. Yeah, I'd be up on murder charges
Well,
because the first one of them black mass son of a bucks comes at me with a baton. Pow pow.
no,
You
I
know,
mean, hey,
pow
I'm a
pow.
big supporter. I don't think anybody should be violent during protests or riot or
Well,
anything like that. And I
oh,
condemn
really?
that when it happens. You know what I mean? I think
Did
what
you
they
condemn
did,
that in Minnesota or Minneapolis?
I think what they did in Minnesota was fine. I think they peacefully protested.
Mm,
I mean, you didn't see massive riots and stores being broken into. You saw
no.
pretty
And
civil
speaking of
disobedience.
riots, you know what? I meant to ask you, and I've got to hurry because my mom's fixing to go to bed, and nobody can talk on the phone when
Oh,
she's in the bed.
understandable. Understandable.
Yeah, but let me ask you. So, 2026, the in so-called insurrection. Uh, what defines an insurrection? Trying to overthrow I mean, is it trying to overthrow government?
I would say,
They're elected.
yeah, so I would say an insurrection is it can really vary, but I would say yeah, it does have that through line of
Okay.
not agreeing with the government and directly violating like it would be
Laws. Yeah.
laws
I
in a
mean, laws.
way, but it's not it also has like you have to have a movement, right? It has to be like an insurrection requires an alternative to what you're insurrecting against
Right.
typically. It
Well,
really does
reason
depend.
I ask you, reason I ask you is, uh, oh gosh, what's his, the guy that they knelt on his neck. I'm so sorry, I forgot his
Oh,
name.
George Floyd, you're okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, BLM rioted,
Mm-hmm.
which I, in a way, I understand why. But if you look at those riots, I can get the statistics on how many federal agents were hurt, and I think there was at least 3 or 4 agents, maybe 3 agents that were killed. They damaged federal buildings. They tried to set fire to a federal building with officers inside. How is that not an insurrection?
Well, because they didn't form their own state after. They didn't try to break away from the union. They were just upset, and I don't support the BLM protests at all. I would, or
Okay.
I support the original protest, right? Like, I thought the way George Floyd was killed was very unjust, right? I don't
Yeah.
support setting places on fire and setting Waymos on
Yeah.
fire and shit because it
The
just gives
biggest
the
problem I
movement.
couldn't understand was they were burning black-owned businesses.
Unfortunately,
I'm,
when like these types of riots happen, it is a bit of
it doesn't
wanton
matter.
destruction. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And I don't
Yeah.
again, and I didn't even support the defund the police stuff because I understand that there's a lot of stuff related to that. I do have something happening right now that I have to attend to, so I'm so sorry about
Yes, sir.
that.
No problem, man. No problem.
Something,
You ain't
yeah,
gotta be
something
sorry
just.
for nothing, man.
Oh, I know. I just enjoy our
Yeah.
conversation. So,
Well, cool, man. I'm glad. And I'll be getting back with you. I mean,
of course,
we don't agree on much, but it doesn't matter.
we're
We don't agree
Americans,
on
man.
much, but we're still friends.
Yeah, of course,
I
we're
mean, I've never
Americans,
met you
man.
before, but I mean, it's no problem. That's right. We're Americans first, and then we can try to figure out all this other bull
Amen, man.
caca.
Amen. We just have to have good
All right, dude.
convos.
All
Yep.
right. Well, listen. Be careful. Be safe. I'll talk to you next time.
All right. You take care,
All
brother.
right, man.
Good talking
Okay.
to
Bye.
you. I like that dude. Always fun talking to him. Like I said, though, I do have to go get something. I just heard an explosion outside, so I'm going to check that out real quick. Guys, wish me luck. I hope I don't get absolutely blown up by the fireworks or whatever. I will be right back. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm actually kind of concerned to go upstairs. All right, be right back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Just had to make sure a missile didn't pop over me. Luckily, I think it was just a firework. Luckily. Had to make sure it wasn't a gun or something, you know what I mean? But we're good. We are good. I'm not to that level of fame quite yet. Oh no. It seems the George Floyd conversation has taken over. It's lip piercings again. That's a weird name to have for someone. That's a weird nickname to have. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. Got about another hour here. Chauvin knew him. Interesting. Yeah, I think Derek Chauvin, good thing he got arrested. Very happy to hear that. And good thing that he will never, hopefully, never see the light of day again. Please get yourself some mental health help. Well, that's what I'll be working on here in a minute. Don't worry. I understand. Where did I put my... Oh, there it is. Anyways, guys, we are waiting for someone to call in if they disagree. We've had some pretty consistent viewers today. Thank you guys so much. We're up to 30 likes. That's insane. Thank you guys so much. Nice to hear your room didn't get teleported to Tehran. Yeah, luckily. It was. Did you guys hear that? I might go back in the VOD and check that. I don't know. That was a loud ass. It sounded like a firework, but it's not firework. There's no holidays in which we need fireworks right now. Amen. The only thing that's deranged is being in a Trump cult. Yeah, I thought I was teleported to Tehran for a minute too, dude. You look like the dude that played Dredd. Judge Dredd? Let me look that up. Maybe I do. I can't tell if that's a compliment or not. One moment. Hey, I see it. Talking about this guy? I see what you're talking about. I see it. Hell yeah. I could be a tool for justice. I'm down. Amanda Asante. Is that the dude? Well, okay, now, well, okay. I see what you're saying. That does look like my father, very, interestingly enough. Does have a striking resemblance to my father. I think it auto-corrected for me, though, luckily. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And guys, you know, we can discuss the Chauvin trial all we want. The courts have made their decision, you know what I mean? The courts have made their decision. Alright. I mean, the courts have already made their decision, you know what I mean? Derek Chauvin was found guilty for murder, so... Doesn't really matter. We can theorize and politic all day. Yeah, I've noticed this. Trump is already winding down is saying he's going to wind down military operations. Anyways, if anybody disagrees, feel free to call in. It kind of sucks I had to cut that conversation earlier off. I heard that sound and I wanted to check that out. Cause I was a little afraid there. A little spooked. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream and you're just now coming onto the channel, I do 2 streams every day, one in the morning at 10 a.m. CST where I talk about the news and politics, and one in the evening at 6 p.m. where I debate people. So if that interests you, feel free to like and subscribe. Yeah, he was convicted. It's settled. Yeah. Fuck yeah, it is. A jury of his peers said that motherfucker is guilty. Dude, he's not winning that appeal. If he tries, he can try, but... Yeah, Trump is a major pathological liar, guys. He can't help himself. He really can't. No, J.D. Vance is not making it. Sorry to say, but J.D. Vance he does not have the steam. Dude, fuck the couch. I don't know about you, but I don't want my president fucking a couch. So, Jacob, the reason your point makes absolutely no sense is because Derek Chauvin was convicted of something and sentenced by a jury of his peers. What you're implying is what you're saying is unilateral action taken by the executive. I don't think you know what you're talking about, to be quite honest, Jacob. Jacob RC9H, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Oh. What did Johnny say? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Careful, Bill, you're assuming his gender, or their gender. Anyways. 3 autopsies prove that George Floyd died from fentanyl overdose. Well, unfortunately, the jury didn't get to see that. I'm sure they're very, very good autopsies too, done by professionals. I'm sure of it. Rage baiting doesn't work on you? I don't know, man. It seems like it's doing the spell pretty well. You are typing in my chat, which increases with engagement, so. We are Charlie. What's up, Dylan? Good to see you, man. Dude, imagine being a Republican in 2026. You've got to betray most of your morals. It's good to know I'm triggering a lot of people, though. So is Trump of 34 felonies? Very true. There's no law that says a felon cannot run for president. Something I think we should change in the future, for sure. You don't care what I think? Well, it seems that you do because you keep trying to justify your worldview in my chat. Goodbye, Johnny T. Wig. You will be missed. You will be missed, my friend. No, it seems like I really triggered you, to be honest, Johnny, and now you're gonna cry with your tail tucked between your legs, so. How are you winning as a Republican? You guys have lost special election after special election. Johnny, leave, bro. You can't say bye and then say bye again. Holy shit. It's like, I'm leaving. I'm going. You're really gonna miss me. I'm serious about leaving, motherfucker. I'm gonna leave. I just wanted to remind you about how much you're gonna miss when I leave. That's not leaving. You're just being a nuisance. By the way, good to see you, Chef Chevy. I didn't acknowledge you earlier. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. The channel's growing. Channel's growing. It's like the Key and Peele Larry King sketch. Trump and Epstein princess? Gamer guy. That's somebody who follows the faith. The faith of being a gamer. Gavin nuisance. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Give me 20 pounds and 15 years. Why would you want to get in the... Hold on. Imagine being a Democrat voter in 2026. I don't have to imagine, I am. Yeah, I do think that's better than New Scum. Honestly, Brian, you might be onto something. Gavin Nuisance? Gavin Balding? I disagree. Gavin's got a full head of hair. Keeping MAGA warmed up for the midterms? Well, if this is the showing from MAGA, then I don't really fear anything. No, we do not want Tulsi Gabbard in the VP. Are you fucking insane? That woman would sell all of our secrets to fucking Iran in a heartbeat. You insane? Learn how to speak? Well, Jacob, it seems I'm doing a better job than yourself. Oh, Gavin Balding is my new name. I'm cool with that. My mouth and voice are feminine. See, that just shows me that you are thinking of me in a sexual context, friend, and that's weird. Why are you talking about me like that? Very strange. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will watch some videos now. And again, if anybody feels like debating, feel free to call in and tell me why I am wrong. Yeah, Kevin, I wouldn't have continued on with that weird sexual expletive either. Ooh, let's see who this is. Gavin does not comb his hair because he can't grow any? I don't think that's true, man. Like, Kevin, what is this, man? You're so like, do you get many friends this way? Like, when you go into a Trump chat, do you, like, obsess about somebody's sexual exploits in their chat, too? Yeah, and it's kind of weird to talk about another man's appearance. Like, that's kind of gay, man. And I would know. I've sucked a dick or two in my life. Yeah, Kevin, you're having a schizophrenic episode, man. I hope you come out well. I hope it all works out, brother. Anyways, let's watch what Sheldon Whitehouse. Dude, his name is Sheldon Whitehouse? Do the polls scare me? Not necessarily. These were the same polls that were saying Kamala was going to win by over 4% or over 4 points. So I look at the results. You know, I don't look at polls. I look at results. And I see a massive blue wave coming. So let's see what Sheldon has to say, though.
The senator from Rhode Island.
Mr. President, may I request that the pending quorum call be vitiated?
Without objection.
I am bold.
Mr. President,
I agree with you. I'm bold. Polls do not favor Dems. Oh my gosh. See, this is just cope. You guys know you're going to get your ass kicked in these midterms, and you're coping right now.
Speak about the so-called Save America Act,
But sit down and listen. Sheldon Whitehouse has to teach you guys some stuff.
which I think probably would be better described as the steal the next election.
Oh, good idea. Do you believe polls? Let's start a poll. Yeah, exactly. Let's see how the war and rising gas prices affect those polls. And also, the Democrats, we don't nearly have... We don't have the right wing... We don't have the media apparatus. You know, there's a lot of stuff you have to contend with all that. Sheldon Whitehouse making Bazinga great again. Bazinga!
Act, because
I don't know. Have you guys seen the MAGA lives recently? They do not... I check on them pretty frequently, and they're not doing well. See, I love just dismissing every argument, just to say, oh, you're mentally ill. Yeah, that's what I do. The only time I ever bring mental illness up is when somebody is actively having a schizophrenic episode in my chat, which does happen quite often, actually.
of the purpose that this bill has to throw the election and
Why are we talking as if the polls aren't in our favor? Well, they are, and a lot of them are, but I don't really trust, like, you know, they said Kamala was going to win. Kamala didn't win. I don't know if I really fucking even, I don't know. Am I a Zika baby? No, I'm not able to join you in that venture, I'm afraid.
to throw political influence in America to the Republicans. You can imagine why they would want to engage in special weapons and tactics to try to win the 2026 election when you see the political disaster that they're
I don't like checking them because I dislike getting random Christian statements where most are horribly inaccurate or misleading. Very true. See, Kevin, this is what I'm talking about, man. You've got a weird obsession with sex.
enmeshed in, the mess that the Trump administration has made of the economy, the stench.
Honestly, Kevin, I might take screenshots of your chats and kind of give it that as an example of like what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I will. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, this is like honestly a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Girls in the fucking Supreme Court? What? Girls are all... There's already a girl in the Supreme Court, friend.
Of corruption pervading the administration, a war that is running up gasoline prices and has no end in sight and no evident plan wherever you look.
Kevin, I would love to meet you in the Octagon, man. Let's meet in the Octagon, you and me. Just because you offered it, man. Just because you offered it. I live in Kansas, so if you can find a way to Kansas, We can meet up in the octagon.
You see a
Oh, we got to go all the way back to the first term to get something that
party
actually
in
supports
complete
Biden.
disarray, with Americans angry, frustrated, and befuddled by the nonsense.
All right, Kevin, I told you I live in Kansas, man. If you're going to buy a plane ticket to Kansas, we'll meet in the octagon. Let's go.
And an election coming.
Whoa! Hold on. The Prime Dojo? Thanks for the Prime.
So, of course, they want to change things at the ballot box.
All right, I'll go to the Prime Dojo in Colorado Springs. I'll do a live when I'm there too. Where are you at? Bro, I can't immediately fucking run to the Prime Dojo in Colorado Springs. I can't do that.
Now, where would you go to test that proposition that the purpose of this bill
Kansas
is
has
to
airports? Hey, now. Kansas is basically one big airport, my friend. It's so flat you could land on it.
throw elections to the Republicans? Who might have a view on this that we should listen to? Oh, right. The President of the United States, the one who's caused Republicans the political catastrophe that they have looming from the disastrous second term that he has inflicted on this country.
Bill, you and me both got that one.
Republicans have to win this one, he said.
No, it is bad, my friend. You're acting as if the stock market isn't supposed to continually grow. As if the growth of the stock market, it's only something Republicans can do. Although they fail for some reason to mention the bull run of the S&P, where it went up by over 40% under Biden's term. So, you want to talk about a good stock market? Let's talk about that.
Ed, get this bill.
That's Sheldon Whitehouse right there. That's Sheldon Whitehouse. His literal name is Whitehouse, which is kind of insane.
Bill passed is what he's talking about. Republicans have to win this one. We'll never lose a race for 50 years. That's how much the president thinks this bill.
Nuh-uh, I'm a big man. I'll beat you up, Kevin. Kevin, I'm gonna beat you up, man. You better watch out. I'm gonna beat you up. Like, these are childhood insults, man. Kevin, if you're the basic MAGA supporter, I've got great confidence in our Democratic Party.
Will tank American elections in favor of him and his billionaire donors who already have way too much influence in our politics. He's talking about us here, Democrats. We know.
My voice is garbage? My voice is garbage. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, to everybody that doesn't think my voice is garbage, thank you so much for the love and support. We've hit a pretty huge amount of likes right now. Let me see what we're at. We're at 32 likes. That's absolutely gigantic, guys. That's huge. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. It's only because of you guys I'm able to come up here and talk every night, so thank you so much.
They know if we get
Kevin, I'm not going to show you my tongue, man. That's weird.
this, if Republicans get this bill, they probably won't win an election for 50 years, maybe longer. This is the President of the United States, the head of the Republican Party, the person most responsible for the mess that Americans are rejecting. And he's being pretty candid about what the purpose of this bill is.
Really? You want to say that, Luis Gonzalez? You really want to say that? I just want to check. I just want to check if you're positive about that statement before I epically own you. So, are you positive about that? Are we sure about that? Just want to make sure. You said that more billions went to Kamala than Trump, right? That's what you were saying. We need to clear that up because if that's not what you're saying, I have no reason to bring up what I'm going to bring up. Yes, 100%. All right, got you. Oh, wrong. Sorry guys. It's going to be a moment. Oh, did I delete it? That would be bad if I deleted it. I think I did. Oh no. All right, I'll just bring up the 100 wealthiest donations. One moment, guys. One momento. America campaign contributions. This is just so laughably disprovable. That it's actually insane. I have a specific statistic, but it's a screenshot, so well, that's interesting. Whoa, hold on. That's interesting. Whoa. Wait, hold on, guys. I thought Democrats were the ones that took the most money. I thought then why? Let's see, we got 270, 160. So right off the bat, we have Elon Musk. Then we got Schwarzman, whatever that guy's name is. Yeah, we do have, Microsoft, 160 billion. That's not nothing to sneeze at, ladies and gentlemen. Not at all. Whoa. I had access to this full article. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm not logged into my account. Hold on, I'll just fucking I'll find the screenshot. One sec, guys.
The senator from Rhode Island.
Giving it its direction.
Anyways.
Don't lose. Don't see split government. Don't see compromise. Don't see Congress.
Yo, what's up, Barrow Whisperer?
In the people's
cool
hands
name.
again. Republicans have to win this one, he said.
Chuck
We'll never
Norris
lose a
came
race
back
for
from the
50
grave just to shit on the Dems. Wow, interesting.
years. And this isn't about
Trump's
political influence
short-term
with comments
losing.
like
Oh,
that.
geez. Just wait. I love this cope. Don't worry, guys. It'll work out in the end. A lot of copium. Randall, you seem to have cared enough to comment it in my chat. So I'm sorry I trigger you so hard that it gives you the physical response of typing on your phone, but I promise, man, I am not nearly as intimidating as you would like to believe.
From the head of the Republican Party?
Yeah, and Donald Trump doubled his net worth while he was in office, while he's been
You
in
may think
office.
he's thinking about some dim and distant future, perhaps.
No, left wing, right wing, same damn bird, as it should be, my friend. I'm sorry the right has ripped off from the wing. I'm sorry they ripped off and decided that they could go in on their own. They can't, but
That this effort on the floor of the Senate
we did say let's see how things work out in NYC, guy. Yeah, I mean, for sure.
right now to throw the election to the Republican Party isn't immediate. Whoops.
How many people live in White House Estate? I don't know.
There he goes. It will guarantee the midterms. Guy says the quiet part out loud. I'll give him that. He tells Republicans,
Why am I
"You're
balding
going
so
to win
fast? Oh, because I have massive amounts of testosterone, unfortunately. And that causes hair loss. And so, unfortunately, I have so much testosterone. I am such a man. I am such a manly man that my hair fell out. And I've had that confirmed by doctors. And, it's not normal for a 26-year-old to lose this much hair. But unfortunately, I just have so much testosterone that it makes me lose my hair. Oh, I don't need to take gender-affirming medicine for that. That's just natural.
In the midterms at levels that you can't even believe. How would you win the midterms at levels that you can't even believe? Well, you probably can't believe that you'd win the midterms based on current polling, as Americans reject the wars, the spending, the waste.
Call from.
Jared.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So, do you disagree with the prompt? Do you think the Democrats are going to take a fat L in the midterms?
Who are you think Democrats win? Win? Why? Explain yourself.
I think Democrats are going to win because they're providing a much more comprehensive set of policies to the American people. Because we didn't start a war in Iran. I mean, there's a couple reasons why we're going to win these midterms.
What are comprehensive policies? No. No.
Oh yeah, no. We have comprehensive policies. Republicans don't have comprehensive policies.
Who are you to think? No.
I'm an American citizen, which our First Amendment gives us all the right to talk about politics.
I am.
That's good. Thank you.
Policy. Who are you? Who are you to? No.
Who am I to know? Well,
I
look at evidence.
No. No.
No? Just no?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I don't know what that was about, but hey, shout out to that guy. He seemed like a cool dude. And I appreciate the call-in. If anybody disagrees with what I say, the number is right there. And you can call in and tell me why I'm such a beta.
The corruption, the cost increases. You can't even believe.
Hey, Chef Chevy, I have an interesting quote for you that Trump said in his 1991 book, Trumped, if you'd like me to tell you that quote. Because I do remember we were having a bit of a disagreement on whether Donald Trump was racist, and I have a couple other things that I think are pretty compelling that support my point of view. Why did that shut off? That's so weird. 26-year-olds ain't what they used to be. You're right. I'm 10 times better.
Believe it. Unless you get this bill. Unless you're going to get this bill.
Listen, Kem, I understand that you're very attracted to me, but you gotta stop letting it be known in chat.
Then you're going to win every election for a long time.
Like, it's just so sad. They have to fight on culture war shit now. They can't fight on actual policy because they know it sucks.
It is
DEI. Okay. If Jennifer Hudson is all you needed to witness, then you won't mind me just reading this quote from Trump's book. All right. In his 1991 book, Trumped, John O'Donnell quoted Trump as allegedly saying, I've got black accountants at Trump Castle and a Trump Plaza. Black guys counting my money. I hate it. The only kind of people I want counting my money are short guys wearing yarmulkes. Those are the only kind of people I want counting my money. Nobody else. Besides that, I've got to tell you something else. I think that the guy's lazy, and it's probably not his fault, because laziness is a trait in the blacks. Trump told Playboy magazine in an interview published in 1997, "The stuff O'Donnell wrote about me is probably true." 2 years later, when seeking the nomination of the Reform Party for president, Trump denied having made the statement. So, I don't know, that sounds pretty fucking racist to me. And pretty anti-Semitic as well. To show you the book and page? I mean, I haven't read the book myself, but I'm sure we can find it.
A conceded point by the head of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, the one who has
Kevin,
caused
I'm sorry.
this year of disaster,
We need to unite and leave the government in the dust. The only
year and change of disaster. That the whole purpose of
No, it is racist. That's racist, bro. Do you think laziness is a quality in black people? I don't.
the exercise we're going through.
Culture War is a distraction, a game by mythology followers to avoid addressing the destruction of the middle class and the exploitation. Couldn't agree with you more.
Is to lock in Republican control. More wars, higher
My
costs,
face is
worse
racist.
corruption.
Listen, man, I can't help the fact I look like this, okay?
By making
And I think I look amazing. I'm sorry, man.
elections unwinnable for Democrats for 50 years. By guaranteeing
White? Okay, Kevin, you're racist. Thank you for showing it. I'm not going to buy the book Trumped.
Republicans the midterms. So let's not pretend there's some high and mighty
No, America First is losing the propaganda war after you bombed a place in Iran, dumbass.
civic-minded motivation for this.
I'm not, okay, so that's not true at all. I can tell if something is racist, even if I'm not black. I'm sorry. And saying laziness is a trait in blacks is racist.
That's just the screen. Behind the screen,
Not yet, SBC.
Trump can't help
but
himself.
We're hoping.
He
We're hoping.
admitted what this is all about. It will guarantee
Oh, shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna make your fucking America First movement separated from MAGA. Oh, I am so sorry, my friend. You're a griper. Oh, poor guy. Didn't you see your very own fucking dude said to, Wow. That is just racist. What Me One I said, and I think that type of racism deserves a ban. That type of racism deserves a ban, my friend. Yeah, sorry, buddy. We're not gonna do that here. Sorry.
the midterms. You're going to win the midterms at levels that you can't even believe.
MAGA is pro-Israel war. America First is anti-Semites, but white nationalists. Yeah, I know. They're going to lose. They're not winning this. They're the ones that sided with Trump to get us into this war. You think they're going to look fucking pearly? No, my friend. Ben Shapiro, one of the only, well, if you're backing Ben Shapiro, I've got some bad news.
Every election
Unfortunately, most of the right has become anti-Semitic, so.
Time. We'll never lose a race for 50 years.
Yeah, MAGA and America First is Trump. All right. Yeah, I don't want to kill people, Kevin. Thank you for...
We'll never lose a race for 50 years. We'll have so...
No, bro, Trump said it. I'm sorry. This is what I'm talking about, Chef Chevy. You're denying the facts in front of you. I'm sorry, you're denying facts.
voting in this country.
All Trump's numbers are falsified? Amen.
Not enough with the gerrymandering, not enough with the dark money. We now have to fix elections so that Republicans will never lose a race for 50 years.
And I think that's so scummy. How do we get involved in primaries and caucus to have a say in which candidates make it to the finals? All you have to do is just register with your party and or register as independent so you can vote in both primaries. And just make sure to be cognizant when the primaries are, and that's all you got to do, man. There are some really good candidates in the Democratic pool right now, so just look into who is running in your primaries right now, and you should have a pretty good feeling about, look into what they support, and if just vote on whoever's ideas line up with yours. The weakness of MAGA is they need Trump to give them their opinions. That's true. Yeah, Slothful Bear. Where's the book? You don't have the book? Okay. You know what? Since we need it, what page did Donald Trump say in Trumped that he didn't like black people because they are lazy? I'll look it up real quick. Protection on anchor babies, as well as it allows anyone born here to vote if they don't become a... Whoa, is that true about the SAVE Act? That's crazy. I wouldn't support that. Well, anyone born... Okay, wait. If anyone... Okay, now I see it. Anyone born here is naturalized, I believed. And to pretend Christian, but he wants to abolish Israel, which is pretty popular. Yeah, it is popular, but Nick Fuentes has no interest in becoming a politician. And Nick Fuentes himself said, do not vote. I want to see the hard copy. Man, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't have the book with me. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it was a quote from Trump. It was somebody quoting Trump. The Trump has denied making these remarks. In 1997 Playboy interview, he said the book was probably true. I don't know, man. I don't see Tucker Carlson either. He's such a... Have you seen him get called out? I guarantee you pull out. Yeah, I don't want to have a massive amount of kids, man. I'm sorry, I'm smart about my future. Sorry I had to get off while you were taking a break, but my husband was trying to have a conversation with me, and I told you last couple chat rooms. Well, I hope things went well, Kayla. I think you're doing an amazing job right now, so. Someone quoting Trump? Your Honor, that's heresy. So, he did say about the book that it was probably true, but he's denied it from now on, so I don't know. Kevin, bro, okay, I am starting to Kevin is just starting to gross me out, man. Like, I don't want, like, now I know what women have to deal with, right? Like, bro, I do not want to hear about your... This is just gross. I'm sorry. You're going to go in timeout for 24 hours. You can come back later, Kevin. Oh, jeez. That just made me uncomfortable. Trump lost the war with Iran? Well, it looks to be that we're we're probably going to claim some victory, but
He's admitted it. He's admitted it. And how do they do that?
How is, okay, Chuck Norris, let's take that. Let's take that. How is that racist? He's literally saying that people are just as, that people in that economic condition are just as smart as white people. Literally saying just as smart. What are we talking about here? Oh, God.
That, well, the until recently,
For about a week, Trump denied that it
Director
was
of
his
Homeland
voice on the
Security,
Grab Them
former Secretary
keyword
Null.
tapes. Yeah, that's very interesting as well. Oh, geez, we've entered the danger zone. It seems now we're getting anti-Semites. New Jerusalem has landed on the earth, and its doors are open to anyone who wishes to enter them. Does that take me to Agartha?
said, we just want to make sure that the right people are voting.
No, my own source was credible. What are we talking about? Trump said the book was true.
The right people. Gee, who might that be?
We're doing friendly call-ins now, by the way. It's at the 3-hour mark. So we will be doing friendly call-ins. If anybody friendly wants to call in and have a little liberal party, feel free to call in. I usually keep it to about 10 minutes with friendlies, though.
And so this whole scheme gets cooked up, marketed falsely.
Hello. Taking a break, but my husband was trying to have a conversation with me about what I told you last couple of chat rooms. Well, I hope it went well, Kayla. I think you're doing absolutely amazing.
Some civic safe voting proposition, when what it really is a scheme to influence elections so that the creepy billionaires behind the Republican Party can continue to control the decisions that get made in this town. That's what this is about, plain and...
Well, hell yeah, Kayla. I'm proud of you too. I know it's hard to deal with things like that, especially when you're dealing with a lot of harassment and hate, but I just want to let you know that I'm super proud of you, Kayla, and I'm also super happy to have you in my community. So.
And simple. My friends will say, oh, this is just a voter ID bill. Everybody loves voter ID. You'll hear 80-20 more than you can imagine. Oh, voter ID, just voter ID. People should have to bring their ID when they vote.
I think, oh, here, let me do this famous Trump quote. I think the thing Ivanka and I have the most in common with each other is sex. Little strange to say. Ted Cruz says saying Christ is King is anti-Jew and anti-Semitic. America First people are attacking him. I could see that.
Well, we did that in Rhode Island. It was a bit of a pain. You can imagine it.
Yeah, that is a little weird, Ted. Why? Ted, okay. Out of all the people, right? All the people that are claimed to have AIPAC money and all that, where it's not true, Ted Cruz is a perfect example of that, okay? If people aren't acting like Ted Cruz, they're probably not nearly as paid off as you think. Ted Cruz, though, definitely paid off. And I mean in large quantities.
An individual person, let's say a 80-year-old.
Well, Brian, what I would say to that is that it just shows that typical Republicans and even extremely right Republicans are not happy with the party.
Woman, widow, living alone, living in, say, a senior high-rise in Providence or in Pawtucket. She's not traveling.
Here, I got you. Jeffrey Epstein, such a terrific guy. who likes girls almost as much as I do. He likes them on the younger side, though. I kind of butchered that quote, I'll be honest.
If she had a passport, it's lapsed. She's not driving. She hasn't had a car in 5 years. Her community is largely in that high-rise, and people who come to help and help bring her groceries. She has a Social Security card because she's on Social Security, but the Social Security card isn't a photo ID. So when you bring in voter ID, you've now dumped on that lady.
Oh, well. Fuck it. I gotta switch my headphones. That's why I said that. My bad. Airbass. Shout out to Quick Shop headphones. You know, they are steadily what keeps the TGDU alive, actually. Remember when he said Africa was a shithole country? Then he said he didn't say that. Then he called Haiti and Somalia a shithole country. I do remember that, actually. What are my pronouns? Gamer. G/Aimer. Gamer. One moment. They're connecting. Very slowly, but they are. Honestly, guys, I am getting kind of tired. A gamer? Well, maybe. Only if, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm bisexual. I admit that, though. Nothing wrong with it. See, I don't have any music right now, so I'm kind of just riffing it. This is what we call white or dead air, okay? And this is actually the exact opposite thing we want to have during a stream. Typically, we want a stream to be, you know, interactivity, all of that. Typically, we do not like a stream to just be quiet. Unfortunately, my computer is thinking it's a good idea to go through every one of the potentials. And now, what's going on here? Possibly in the United States will lose power. I'm leaving, gonna go debate some maggots. Well, good luck, Jay. Jimkey. It was nice talking to you. I'd love to talk to you at some other point. If you want to call in during the friendly hour some other time. Move on to the next step, which is nighttime. Hell yeah, Kayla. Don't worry, you got this, dude. I believe in you.
A new hassle.
Wow, how have I ever... Mercenary, you've been here for a while. When have I ever supported the Iranian regime? Seriously. You can't just say stuff. You gotta actually have evidence.
She's been...
Spider-Man Ball, I disagree. I don't think politics have to be divisive at all. I have great conversations with people all the time that disagree with me.
Voting her whole life. She's been voting for 60 plus years.
Two-Face Loner? What will be the next thing to cry about? Well, my friend, we have plenty to cry about. Let's talk about the jobs report. Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about affordability. Donald Trump seems damn near afraid to talk about all of that.
And now suddenly, they have...
But yes, I agree with you, Spider-Man Ball. Let's focus our anger towards the corporations who, in my opinion, are the number one reason why our country feels the way that it does. still work together and fight against the corporations and tell unbiased news. Yeah, I agree with that, Spider-Man Ball. Sorry, I didn't catch your first message, but yeah, I think corporations are the number one issue right now, and everybody kind of wants to talk about everything other than. But for example, there should be 4 Amazons. There should be 10 Walmarts. No, it's not. I don't know how you see that, Two-Face Loner. Did you miss the bull run of the S&P under Biden? Goes to show this man doesn't trade in stocks. Yeah, they're telling people to sell now. You know that, right? That's not good. I never got notifications to sell under Biden, but
I have a problem with her voting. Even when she comes downstairs to the voting machines that get set up in the senior center lobby to make it easier for seniors to vote, and everybody in the building.
yeah, the markets are very afraid right now. Fun fact, the top 1% owns 67% of the country, which includes Trump's and his buddies. Amen. I think it's disgusting to learn that 1% owns like half of the stocks in the country. How to hold Joe Biden crime family was 20 million thing, whereas Trump's family rips off billions and billions and billions of dollars plus a $400 million jet. It's fine, I guess.
Knows.
You sold your AMC? That's I mean, that's honestly not a horrible. Yeah, that was probably the right decision.
Her, but no ID, no.
I'd definitely reinvest it in some areas, though. You know, it's gonna go lower, but now's probably the best time to start buying. But it is going to dip lower. I can almost guarantee that.
No vote.
But you can't wait until it's at the lowest. You know, if you wait until it's at the lowest, you're gonna start buying at a. You're gonna start buying at a negative. Anyways. Yeah, because Donald Trump.
So, in Rhode Island, we went through that hassle of helping people who needed an ID, who for perfect.
Legio, if you might be on Top Chat, if you click on the chat icon and switch click on the settings and switch chat to live chat, you might be able to see more messages. I think it's super weird that YouTube does that. YouTube does need to invest a little bit more into its live streaming apparatus.
Perfectly legitimate reasons didn't have one.
Yeah, most people don't know only 14% of the population actually owns stocks. Well, kind of. So they own. I think what you're referencing is the people that actively invest. Obviously, people have 401ks and shit like that, but active investment, that number does seem that lines up with the numbers I've seen.
Get an ID. It was unnecessary. We had essentially zero voter fraud.
Yeah, I agree. Trans people are abused constantly by self-righteous judgy MAGA. But don't worry, we provide spaces for people that feel rejected by that, by America. You know what I mean? I want to provide a space.
But we did it. And we.
You know, and I never want anybody to feel alone. That is something I fight against very hard. You should never feel alone in the world.
Put in the work.
If you need somebody to call, just call me. Obviously while I'm live. But, you know, you just want to discuss some things, we can call, man.
And it worked out fine. So let's not pretend this is just a voter ID law. This points its attack at voter registration.
Yeah, that's if you include 401ks, though. If you don't include 401ks, it's a much lower number. And I am interested to see how the Trump accounts work out. I really am. Like, I'm always for enriching our younger generations. My issue is I don't think it's enough.
Move. So you have to re-register to vote. If you're young and are registering to vote for the first time, that's where you run into the obstacles designed to prevent certain people.
Mercenary, what you just said. Yeah, I'm not saying a 401k is counted as that, by the way, Zeph. I agree. Like a small, it is incredibly sad to see how small of the how small a small subsect of the population only invests. And I want to fight against that.
People.
I'm not trusting that jet, whether it was given and whoever it was fucking given to. I'm not trusting the president on that thing. Are you fucking joking? They can scan it again, and scan it twice. I am not. No, our president does not go in that.
Who aren't the right people from being able to vote. That's where you run into the problem. And worse than that.
No, not at all, Brian. Number one, trans people aren't institutionalized like the way ICE. ICE is an institution. Trans people are a sect of society. I'd say it's very different. Bit of thought into these less. Well, Two-Face, if you don't care about him then you know, why complain about him? Anyways, Two-Face Loner, are you actually Lonerbox? You can be honest. Are you actually Lonerbox and you're watching me from orbit to make sure your orbiters are doing well? You can be honest, Loner. You know, no judgment here. No judgment here. No, I feel like Lonerbox would use this.
They're trying to take the voter information that we entrust.
Oh, okay. Numbers. Yeah, I would say. Sorry, I don't. I hope I didn't soy out during that. But yeah, I would just say that number one, ICE is an institution, and you can implement rules so that ICE doesn't kill people. Unfortunately, it's very no. I'm just a dude from Arkansas. Damn it. No, I'm kidding. Well, hey, I'm glad to. How is it in Arkansas right now? I heard it's a pretty place. So.
To our Secretary of State and to our Elections Board, they're trying to get the private information of voters.
By the way, guys, you have been absolutely killing it in likes and subs today. We're up to 41 likes. Can you believe that? That's huge.
The Department of Homeland Security.
We are probably going to head out here
soon. The ones who are running ICE around in neighborhoods. The one who ran their agents through the Rhode Island courthouse and threatened a judge with smashing his car windows when he tried to vouch.
Tim, don't poop your pants now. What's going on there? What's up, Tim? Good to see you, brother.
For his high school intern, who the ICE agents wrongly thought was a 30-year-old person they were looking for.
Down is cheap too. I mean, that's the story of a lot of Americans right now, is that they live in some, smaller retirement town and the economy isn't working too well for them right now, and they're upset.
We're going to trust?
Well, I'm trusted a fart. Can't do that, Timmy. Can't do it.
The entire country's worth of voter information to that operation?
43? Wait, what are we talking about? 42 on my end? 43? Tim is a dope individual. I'll tell you guys that much right now. All I can say, very tall. Very tall. And Chadworthy, too. Major error on my end. Happens all the time. Oh, 43 likes. Oh, thank you guys. That's crazy. That's huge. Thank you guys so much. Good. You know what? I like that. That one was good, SBC. I liked that. We might hit 50. We might hit 50. Don't work locally, never have. Well, I would participate in your community and stuff like that. That's just generally stuff I recommend, though. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. But if you guys are enjoying the stream and you want to see more streams like this, I do 2 streams every day. One in the morning at 10 a.m. CST, where I talk about the news, politics, and do a little gaming. And then one at 6 p.m. CST, where I debate and just kind of talk to you guys like this. That's true. The more you like me, the more I get into debates. You know what I mean? Well, I gotta go shower now. Yeah, I would take care of that, Tim. Don't worry, man. I hope it's a good shower. Good seeing you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. I never seen you before, but I already liked and subbed. I will definitely be back for next stream. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you, Legio. That's huge. Yeah, our community is growing every day, guys. I'm creating my own Discord channel for it now. Thought I could just survive on someone else's, but no, I gotta enter in the ring. So we're making our own Discord that should come out here soon. I'm very excited. I want it to be a real community, though. So anyways, catch some L's. You won't know until you debate me. That's very true. Night TGDE, stay weird, MAGA. Hey, it was good seeing you, Dylan. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably be ending the stream here in about 10 minutes, too. A little tired. But we've actually killed it today. I had a feeling today would be a good day, and I'd say it was confirmed. We had a lot of good stuff today. Reason why I said you had helped me out of this chat room because I normally am more of a shy person. Well, hey, I'm glad I could help you with that. I'm glad I could help you with that. I really am. Talk to that lawyer. Nope. Moron. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. That's how I know I'm doing something right out here. When MAGA is triggered, that's how I know I'm doing something right. Honestly, I know I don't like try to like have fights and arguments, and you know, debates are one thing, arguments are another. I don't try to have that kind of tone with people and attitude. I really don't. I don't judge people. What are you talking about? Mercenary, you know I don't. You know it, man. Come on. You're here all the time. Dylan had a situation with some cops, and I urged him to contact the lawyer if he doesn't have money. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, that's why you've stayed, Mercenary. You're the untriggerable MAGA. Like I said, I had to do some yard work today, so I am a little more worn out than usual. Is this the ending music? I think it is. Oh, no. Well, guys, I don't think we'll be getting any other calls, so I'll probably wrap it up a little. I know I said 10 minutes, but Unfortunately, my materializer, it seems to not be working, so I may be fading out of existence here soon. So, I'm gonna head out, guys. Thank you guys so much for the likes and subs. You guys killed it today. I am super impressed with you guys. Smashing that like button and subbing. We had so much support, and guess what? Monetization. Monetization, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be having memberships soon and members only content. So you guys really, I mean, I didn't expect this much support, I'll be honest. I've always loved talking about politics and the news, so I really appreciate it. Hey, Brian, good night to you as well. Make sure that kingdom is safe. You know what I'm saying, King? Anyways, I'm gonna head out, guys. Let me play some Christian Agartha music and we'll head out of here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the likes and the subs. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Until then. Later, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.